when dreams and reality collide. A life is turned upside down. Thrust into a conflict where ancient shadows fight secret wars. For control of the future. Her allies hide in plain sight, but so do her enemies. All right. Are we live? Is anyone here?
We're
a debacle.
We're live. Kellaway is here.
Kellaway, thank you for finding us, buddy. Wow. What has just happened? Breaking news. It looks like Liam Gray can't stream for 10 days because Pow Entertainment has struck his channel because of that Stan Lee impersonation. And now they're saying he can't live stream for 10 days. I've sent Liam the link. I don't know. He might be busy doing some background copyright stuff. But holy shit.
What's Stan Lee impersonation? I haven't seen Liam all week, but what impersonation? Was this the ad?
You know, Planet Tobor.
Uh-huh.
Matt Fitzgerald.
Yes.
You know, he's been coming onto Liam's show. He's coming onto my show. Fantastic. Hey, Callaway. Yeah. Hey, man. How you going? House of R. How you going, man? Morning for you. Good morning. Yeah. So he does these amazing impersonations, and they're hilarious. They're super funny, and that's what we were doing. We were just having fun, and of course, there's people out there who don't want anyone to have any fun. You know, doing funny impersonations, have a laugh, and they've obviously alerted the company that now owns Stan Lee's estate, and now I just got a message saying Liam can't stream for 10 days
because somebody imitated a voice.
Exactly.
What the? All right, I want to look this up.
Surely, I mean, I wasn't going to contest it, you know, because I've got a copyright strike because I put it up onto my channel. But Liam was just streaming, and we were just, you know, there was a voice imitation. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a state of shock here. I'm really, you know, I've played a hand in this. This is the hottest channel in Comicsgate at the moment. Liam Gray's, you know, show at his big show. So yeah, shit.
I don't know what exactly the UIC is, but I just grabbed one of the first reasonable looking links I could find on celebrity impersonations, and seems to be a booming industry, from the sublime to the ridiculous. Celebrity impersonations, blah blah blah. Apparently there are soft IP, intellectual property rights that are involved.
I mean, it probably obviously has to do with the fact that, you know, within the joke, Matt read out my, you know, he was reading out my Lucent pitch, on the page.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess from their perspective, they're like, well, no, this is you're using our brand to sell books, basically.
Oh, here we go. Judge Brotman, I have no idea what district, state, or jurisdiction he's in Estate of Presley, which I presume to be Elvis, versus Rusin. The purpose of the portrayal in question must be examined to determine if it predominantly serves a social function valued by the protection of free speech. If the portrayal mainly serves the purpose of contributing information which is not false or defamatory to the public debate of political or social issues, or of providing the free speech expression of creative talent which contributes to society's cultural enrichment, then the portray generally will be immune from liability. If, however, the portrayal functions primarily as a means of commercial exploitation, then such immunity will not be granted.
So I guess that's what they're basing it on. Because when we did the joke, that was the thing was, if we get to 65 backers, he'll read out the Lucent in that voice.
Right.
And
I actually watched that stream. So that was Liam's 24-hour 3-stream thing.
No, I think it was on the original one was on my stream, and what's happened is Liam played that thing on his stream because it was funny. We were having fun. Hey Felix, how you going, buddy?
Hello, Felix.
And, Anthony's here. Welcome back, Anthony. He loves Lamp. Yes, pal. You love Lamp. Okay. yeah. I'm in a state of shock at the moment. Liam's show that's his big thing. I'm so sorry, Liam, that this is happening. I feel responsible now. This is crazy. I should have just kind of let the whole thing lie. But who would have thought? I just thought this is a funny thing.
Well, let's look at your channel.
Yeah, I've got a strike on my channel because of it.
Okay, so it's not there anymore.
Yeah, no, it's all taken down. But yeah. I mean, I know that the kind of the people who run around the so-called anti-crowd have been sharing it around, and I haven't seen them celebrating. I don't follow those guys, but I know that they were sharing it around, and I remember this is like going back a couple of days ago. They were saying, this is the scummiest thing they've ever seen Comicsgate do. I mean, in the whole time, with Matt doing that impersonation. I guess besmirching, using the dead body of Stan Lee to sell our products. It couldn't possibly be any less charitable. We were just having fun. It was hilarious. It's a bang on impersonation.
Right, but for them, everything's nefarious if the wrong people are doing it.
Yeah. It's and Paul Liam. I mean, now he's caught up in his 10 days. That's brutal. Why can I stream? But he's got a 10-day. That's bizarre. Maybe I'm going to have a 10-day thing coming my way soon too.
Or maybe it's because yours wasn't on a live stream. Yours was just a steady video.
Maybe. CG World Order's here. Hail CG World Order. How you going? Hail chat.
Hello
CG.
CG.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Liam mostly just. I mean, I think he exclusively does streams, so could be that. I mean, I just know I woke up one morning and the video was gone, and they said this is a copyright strike, and these things last 3 months. The strike, and if you get 3 of them, I think your channel's toast. So you got to kind of walk on eggshells at least while it's there.
Oh, is that tea or coffee?
It's tea. I don't drink coffee.
I'm having tea as well, just basic Lipton, nothing
Yeah, me
special.
too. We call it builder's tea here. That's what the builders drink. My wife says I just stop drinking it because it gives you a bit of heartburn. But yeah, this is how I get through the day. This is slow. Here he is.
Hey,
Liam.
so
Liam.
I put on my blue tie and set up the shame stream so that I could shame you today like a Democrat. And it turns out that I'm not allowed to stream anymore because someone did a voice impersonation of Stan Lee on my channel. And apparently that's a copyright infringement.
We've
So
just
I got
been
struck.
talking about it.
Who would ever do that?
The real
Why would
Stan Lee.
Why would anyone
Lee's
impersonate Stan Lee on your channel?
No, it was just funny. It was just funny. It was to promote.
It was
to promote
hilarious,
Mr.
wasn't
Bancroft's
it?
book. Yeah, it was funny.
We were just having fun. Well, it wasn't pre-planned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just a spontaneous thing.
I think it's like less than 2 minutes of the like nearly 2 hour live stream. You know, but yeah, copyright strike. Boom, down. I thought, wow, wowee.
Oh, I have a copy of it, and no, I will not play it.
Yeah, because you get this channel struck. Apparently,
I will not.
Apparently, you're not allowed to do silly voices. You're not allowed to do silly voices.
Was it also for the cartoon likeness of his face in the corner?
I have no idea. But as far as I'm concerned, it's just a fucking joke. Everyone knows that Stanley's dead. He's not actually endorsing. Like, zombie ghost Stan Lee is going to be out there pimping books. Like, come on.
Liam, did you hear that I got? Did you hear I got an actual message from someone? No idea who this person is. They actually sent me a message asking, was it a parody? Like that thing. Mm-hmm. Was it a parody? Was it intended as a joke?
Yeah.
It's like, well, yes, obviously. He's dead. Well, of course, it's a joke. I mean, it's funny. Impersonations are funny. There's comedians who built their entire career on just. They don't even have to tell jokes. You just do the guy's voice, and it's funny.
Did they get back to you at all?
No. Yeah, that person did. That person he just said, "Look, if you tell me it was a parody and a joke, I'll believe you. That's the end of it." And I said, "Yes, of course it was a joke." And he said, "Cool." And then Ozart says it was the image. Maybe it's the image. I don't know.
Did you draw that image?
Of course, I drew the image.
So if you draw a picture of a celebrity, they are able to strike you on that. So if I draw,
I don't know. Maybe not.
If I draw J-Lo and do a pretty J-Lo voice, does that mean she can take down my YouTube channel? It's pretty shit, man.
It'd be hard to start up South Park on YouTube now if you wanted to, wouldn't it?
Hey, Liam, go ahead and if you haven't seen it already, could you read the cited paragraph here?
The purpose of the portrayal in question must be examined to determine if it predominantly serves a social function valued by the protection of free speech. If the portrayed mainly services the purpose of contributing information which is not false or defamatory to the public debate or political or social issues, or providing the free expression of the creative talent which contributes to society's cultural enrichment, then the portrayal generally will be immune from liability. However, if the portrayal functions primarily as a means of commercial exploitation, then such immunity will not be granted. Bum, bum, bum.
I think that's it, because he was reading the Lucent. That surely that must be it. CG Worlder says his likeness may be copyrighted. That's what Ozart is saying as well. They use his cartoon image on mugs. Well, not my cartoon image.
I'm gonna drag this. If these guys fuck with me, I'm gonna make my when my YouTube channel comes back, or maybe on another YouTube channel I'll do. Maybe I'm gonna start giving the real zombie Stan Lee, the same attention that I'm giving Sketch. I think maybe the world needs to know how great it is that the sort of pioneer of our industry is being paraded around like a zombie to make dollars for people that are ultimately trying to damage comic book creators. Maybe that's a fun news story to tell people.
It's just my head is spinning right now. It's just such a totally unexpected thing. I put up in the stream that we were talking about your boy Zach, but then all of a sudden this just happened, and now I'm just Yeah, bring
I
on a
just wanted
Stan
to.
Lee cosplayer.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. For sure. I'll have him as a regular on my show. For sure. If you guys can find me one, CG World Order, find me an impersonator. Find me one. I'm serious. Find me one. I'll pay him.
See, that
I'll
would be
pay him
under
to be
this one.
regularly on. Because fuck this shit.
Well, CG World Order likes it.
I had nothing but love and respect for Stan Lee, and they're gonna take away my channel, my ability to talk directly to my fans. In the end, I don't really. I was like, oh well, I'm not gonna be able to live stream. Then I sat there for 5 seconds and thought, shit, I don't have access to the chat anymore. You know, that's what I'm gonna miss. Like, I
It's
want the
huge,
chat.
dude. It's
Yeah.
but still, like 10 days is a long time for you. You know,
And that's only 10 days is only if they approve my complaint, my dispute. If they say no, your dispute's not on, then I'm off for 30 days minimum. For a minute and a half of an impersonation. So
this is I'm a kind of at a loss for words here.
you're right. I'm not upset at you or anything, man. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. At the end of the day, like, you know, just wow. I was doing one stream every day, you know, keeping it consistent, you know, and now there's going to be like a gap of 10 days. It's kind of gay. I could probably record like OBS and upload, but again, I'm not going to have the chat. It's not the same without the chat. Unless there's some way I can get the chat in OBS. Does anyone know? Probably no.
I've got no idea about OBS. I don't know. Like, it's freaking shit because, like I said, you know, your show is kind of where everyone's going at the moment. So, I don't know. I feel like I've done what Ethan did to John Malin here.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a clone of Liam. No, David Smith, go check my latest tweet. You'll get a belly laugh out of it. It's lunacy. Yeah, I'm gonna fight it because I think that, you know, and not only am I gonna fight it, but if they give me a hard time about this, I'm gonna have a Stan Lee cosplayer on my show. I'm seriously gonna find one, and I'll get him to do impersonations. Like, even if we end up getting the guy that already did the impersonations and the other guy sort of dubs over it, and I'll play segments, I'll totally do it because fuck this shit. They're dragging you know, a legend's name through the mud, you know, like, and having him endorse shit that he never even saw, and then they're trying to take away the voice of comic book creators. Can you beat, like, that's like, they're villains. That's villainous. Being villains.
And you guys did it in a way kind of like honoring him, you know, because you admire him.
Yeah.
Oh, like, could you find guys?
I use techniques passed down from him to my mentor to me. I have a great deal of love and respect for Stan Lee. Fuck these guys. Fuck
I mean,
them.
if you're gonna find a group of people who, you know, more, you know, who love Stan Lee, you're going to be hard pressed. This is where people love Stan Lee. People who are, you know, our age, still talking about comic books and still making comic books. We're Stan Lee people. That's you know, it's yeah. We're not just people who found out who wondered who's that funny old dude in the MCU movies. That's not us. You know, we grew up reading Stan Lee and reading the yeah, it's just it didn't need to be like this.
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know how they found it. Like, how did they find this little 2-minute video in an hour long of, like, this little 2-minute clip in an hour or two of content, right? And then specifically strike it. How did they do that?
Well, the antis have been sharing it. Like, I know Vicky's been sharing it around, saying, you know, but I don't really like. Someone alerted me to that. I don't follow her and what she gets up to.
Yeah, I have them all muted and blocked, so I have no idea.
Exactly. I don't.
So they've been trying to get us in trouble with, like, have they been sharing it with, like, the company and stuff, or is it just that clip?
I don't know about that, but I know it's just a little clip from your show, yeah, where you played it, and Yeah. So I mean, I didn't read too much into that thread because I was just like, well, these guys are going to do what they always do, which is always take the least charitable interpretation of whatever we say.
And let that be a lesson. And let that be a lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Let that be a lesson that Liam's anti-Comicsgate, the anti-Comicsgate loves Liam's show. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't want us working it out and getting along. They don't want us to have a place where we can all get together and talk. They do everything within their power to take that away. The littlest things, they'll try and take it away. So just let that think, like this. I didn't strike myself.
No, yeah. I got my copyright strike 2 or 3 days ago for it. So, but they didn't stop me streaming.
David Smith, no, they do not allow me to cut that part of the video, or I would have done so. That was not an option that was available to me at this time. It was an immediate strike, and everything went down. So
yeah, that's the same with me. I just woke up and the video was on, and they said you got a strike. That's it.
How are you streaming if you've got a strike?
It's a different strike.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, because they just took that one video down, and then that was it. I didn't have any. It didn't say there's anything else going on my channel. Smiling Bandito. Basically, what happened is a friend of both our channels did a impersonation of Stan Lee. I put that clip into a video. That video was then subsequently played on Liam's show. My video was struck down, and now Liam's just found out his channel can't stream for 10 days.
At least 10 days. For at least 10 days.
10 business days.
10 business days.
Yeah.
So, and that's possibly they're going to go, fuck you, Liam. You can eat a bag of dicks. You can't stream for another 30 days. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Is the stream still in your account, or is it just gone?
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, mine was gone too. My video.
This is a PR nightmare for these guys. I'm going to fucking make a lot of noise about this if this doesn't get sorted out right fast.
It was, I mean, it just, when that person sent me a message and asked me, like, was this intended as a parody? I was just sitting there like, what else could it be? What else could it be?
Okay, Ozart says maybe you've been struck too many times. I've been struck 0 times. This is my first strike. No, wait, there was a strike before where we sort of skirted around it, but I mean, this is my first strike real that I got notification for. So, shit. Yeah. But we knew that YouTube was not my friend. They knew that YouTube would not want us to succeed. So, what do you expect, guys? What do you expect?
With all the super chats, you'd think that YouTube would be a little more friendly.
Yeah, you think there'd be a way of contacting them in some way. I mean, I don't even know how to get my super chat money, Apparently it's in AdSense, but when I went and had a look at AdSense, there was no money in AdSense. I was like, hey, I think I've got $500 or $600 there that I could claim and I could use to pay artists or do something with, commemorative with, just play money. And I don't even know how to get it. So look.
Yeah. Man, this what a downer. What an absolute
and
downer. I was not this.
And I can't shame you on your stream, so my whole content for today is wasted. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna survive.
I was looking forward to that, and now this is. Yeah, I was looking forward to the negging. It was so much fun yesterday.
Yeah.
This is just thrown a wrench into everything.
Bandito says he got a not made for kids strike on his war campaign video, even though his channel is marked not for kids. My channel is marked not for kids, and I make sure with every little video I put up that I double check this is not for kids, just in case.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they might think it is for kids, and then you're doing funny business. I don't know.
Well, it's the channel and the video. Your channel can be marked one way, but then you still have to hit every video with not for kids.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's all right. No big deal. It is what it is. Like it was
Well,
just,
it is a bit of a big deal, and I feel really awful now, and I feel like I shouldn't have done that, and I don't know. It's just
you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You're not in the wrong. You played a video with an impersonation in it, going, "Buy my book." Some Stan Lee. We had a laugh over it.
Well, he didn't even actually say Stan Lee. It was all implied.
Yeah. He was Stan Free, and he's free license to be used to promote comic books. Stan Free is all about promoting comic books for comic book creators, and he's free to use. So I mean, we. I don't know, man.
Hal Alex, thanks for coming here, man. Hey, Abel, how you going? Liam no longer looks ginger, but an actual Viking blonde.
I lost all of my glow. It was sucked out of me when I lost my live streaming powers. I just don't have it. Nothing's left.
Yes, you are looking very blue tinged today.
I know.
It's just not how we see you.
I know.
Yeah, should we consult Rex on this? I don't know. I don't know Rakita at all.
I don't know Rakita at all, and I don't think he can do anything about it either. I mean, YouTube's all robots and shit now. Anyway, there's not even someone I can message to go like, "Hey, man, like my channel's just got struck for a joke," and 2 minutes of a joke you take away my whole thing. You don't even give me a warning. It's like, it's one thing if they give you a warning and say, "Hey, delete this." I'll be like, "Okay, I'll delete that. Fair enough. I went too far with my comedy. My comedy pushed the line with the, Eddie put Eddie Murphy in jail. I get it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what everyone I've heard said. Like, I'm new to YouTube. I've just started doing all this, but that's what I've been hearing for a long time now, and that's what I thought as well when I first saw it. It's like, instead of just dropping Thor's hammer right down on this whole thing, you could have just sent a note and said, "You guys should take that down because we've copyrighted his likeness, or we trademarked this and that, and so yeah, if you don't, then we're going to get YouTube to put a strike on you." But they don't do that. They just drop the hammer on you straight away.
Yeah, it's what it is.
What did John get struck for that time when Ethan played something and he got struck for like 90 days? He couldn't stream. Does anyone remember?
Lady Gaga, I believe, or someone, or like some dancer girl or something.
That's it. Yeah, she was coming out dressed in meat or something, and
yeah,
it's just
YouTube
crazy.
YouTube was like, "Ladies don't wear meat. How dare you?" 90 days. We're vegan here at YouTube.
This is such a surreal experience, especially to be, doing it live on air. Literally, 40 minutes ago, I was just kind of working away, and I thought, "Oh shit, time's getting away with me. I better get in touch with Liam and see what he's up to. Get in touch with Samurai," and then all of a sudden,
yeah.
He
literally hits me up and is like, "Oh, hey, you said you're going to stream. Do you want to stream?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll get to it. I just finished these pages and I'm going to do it now. I'll just go to the bathroom and get everything set up and go." And I sat down, I went to go, and it says, "YouTube will not let you stream." And I was like, "You're going to have to go on and stream without me, man, while I figure this shit out, because yeah.
Yeah.
So Liam, how is it that I'm sorry, I moved my microphone. Liam, how is it that you don't get struck for all the songs you play at the beginning of your shows?
Because that's a big secret.
Okay.
No, I know what I'm doing with licensing. That's not a big deal. It's all good.
Well, I appreciate them.
I don't know. Now I'm starting to wonder, like with the cartoons that I'm doing as well. I may get struck because I draw some character in some way, and someone doesn't like it, and I don't have South Park money to fight this stuff.
I don't have South Park money. Hey, yeah, guys, start tagging Matt and Trey in this. Like let them know that we're a little cartoon animators that are getting stomped on for expressing ourselves. Yeah, they won't care, but we can do it. Maybe they'll say something. But let's see. I sent an email to the guy today as well, just when I found out like 20 or so minutes ago, going, made a joke. This is who I am. What are you doing? And we'll see if he removes it. Maybe he'll remove it, and I'll get back. And all of this can be copacetic, and we'll continue to do it. And I'll still have my Stanley impersonator on now because that's going to happen no matter what. And
Liam doesn't back down.
Yeah, no, Liam doesn't back down. Don't even play fucking games with me. People want to play fucking games with me. Like, all right.
You don't get to the place. You don't get to the place where Liam's sitting right now if you bend over and take this stuff.
Please, sir, may I have some more? No thanks. I'm good. Yeah,
Ozart is saying no. It's 100% my fault, and it's the cartoon drawing. And if that is the case, yeah, man, I'm so sorry that I did that to you. I mean, I would have no idea.
That's absolute insanity, man. Like, it wasn't even like a lifelike Stan Lee drawing. It's just like a random little squiggle cartoon. Like, what sweet fuck? Like, if you didn't hear the voice and you saw the picture, you wouldn't even know it was him immediately. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's just like,
yeah, Mike, your art is just random little squiggles. They can't strike that.
Like says F. Stanley. That's right. The living Stanley was a saint. He had a good sense of humor.
Liam,
he talked about lining people up with Tommy guns and shooting them all down. But Ghost Stanley's a real dick. Zombie Stanley is a total dickbag. It seems. He doesn't.
Liam, you keep getting really quiet. Is there something? Do you have speakers on in the background?
No. It could just be that my connection is not great. I'm currently downloading a few TIFF files. So that's probably what it is. But that'll be over soon.
It's
no.
What?
Oh, man, look.
You're not plugged in?
He's halfway plugged in? Oh,
The professional. That's why I need you here, Samurai. I would have just put up with it.
I did production in college. I don't put up with crappy anything. So, hey, your audio's off a little bit. It's heavy on the left.
How are we doing? Is that any better?
That's perfect. That is perfect.
I want everyone to be able to hear loud and clear how I'm going to go to the media about how my speech was censored by the people puppeteering the zombie corpse of Stan Lee. Like to make money on his death. I want people to know that I'm going to be doing that, so I need to be heard.
Yeah, Alex. No. I just drew that cartoon referencing a photo of Stan.
Okay, I have some clarifying.
CG had already declared yesterday that I am responsible for all unfulfilled campaigns. That's on my shoulders now. Now, on top of that, I'm responsible for taking down Liam's channel.
I know.
Alex disagrees. He says Michael did nothing wrong.
Without my show, what's going to happen to Comicsgate? Like, it's become essential to the ecosystem. I mean, what's going to happen? It's going to be chaos. There's going to be people stabbing each other in the street, screaming Black Dragon. It's going to be real messy, guys. What are we going to do?
With what Art is saying,
turns out Anti-Comicsgate really got us, guys. They really got us this time. We're doomed. Comicsgate's doomed. What are we going to do?
With what Art is saying, I have some clarifying questions. Did they specify a point in time in the video where the violation occurred?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, that's one.
That's why I know that it's like 2 minutes. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you for real?
Did they say that it was the audio, the cartoon, or impersonation? What word did they use for it?
I don't know. Let's have a look over here. I put it on the Twitter so you guys can look at it if you want to bring it up.
Let me go to it.
I love the zombie Stan Lee. I love that. That's great. Zombie Stan Lee. I've been sour about them doing that ever since he passed. So this is great for me. They want to come. They want to shit in my pool. Like, come on, let's go. Yeah. It's content used. The real Stan Lee style guide is apparently That was the content that
This
was
is-
used, whatever that is.
The Stanley style guide that we failed to peruse and familiarize ourselves with before we made a joke. So that's our, you know, that's what we did.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Mhm.
This could be a cascade effect.
Oh no.
Camel Moon, he's had to deal with this stuff too.
So what is the real
He
Stanley
got a big
style guides?
copyright. Oh,
Is
who
that
knows? It's
an account? I mean,
ignorance is no defense
Excuse.
apparently though.
So I have
That's
the
right.
email of the person responsible for striking me. Just
Is
saying
it a
I
person that you know, or
Nah,
it's
don't know.
it's the company?
But it was a Gmail account, not an actual business account, which is kind of strange.
that
We'll
was a
find
nice
out.
question.
Ooh, what's going on there? A Gmail account?
Was it at
Mhm.
Disney.com or at Gmail?
It was just a Gmail.
No. Power Entertainment is the company that.
See, that's funny because when I got struck originally, it said Pow Entertainment, and then today it switched, and now it says like that real Stan Lee thing. So what
Oh.
shenanigans are going on there? I wonder.
I think maybe Power Entertainment owns Real Stan Lee. Hey, Poland. Sorry, not Poland. Ozart. What's your Twitter, man? So I can send you the link.
I can send it to him.
Yeah, if you could,
Hold on.
cheers. That would be great.
Oh wait, no, I can't because I don't have the link. I can't just click it.
All right, I'll put the
Yeah,
link
yeah.
into the private chat, and then you can grab it
and
from
then I
there,
Yeah, cool.
and then I can let him in.
Sounds good. Oh, I'm sour.
All right. Well, I've got this up. Just search for the real Stan Lee style guide, and here's the real Stan Lee Stan Lee's POW Entertainment News for realstanlee.com.
Click on it. Let's see if they struck us for if they're talking about how they struck me, how they smashed the Comics Gate, the Big Bag Comics Gate. Yeah, what's going on in their blogs? So the last update was in 2019.
December.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. Pound News. Click Pound News.
There must be a style guide somewhere. That's not what the style guide is in branding terms. It's a document that will tell you any kind of how the image or the whatever it is trademarked, the brand, the logo, whatever it is, it needs to be represented out there in the media space.
Go up a little bit. I want to get you to go up. See, keep going up. There we go. That picture. See where it's like identifying Stan Lee down. See, he's got a little clock picture there. That one. Click that. Now, without showing us the picture on stream, because heavens forbid, you'd be destroyed. Did your Stan Lee have glasses? Scroll down, because it seems to be in brand that part of his identifying factor. Scroll down. We want to find that picture that they were drawing. Here we go. See here.
No, he did have glasses, but they were framed, so it didn't cover out the eyes. You could see through them.
Scroll
That's
down.
probably why it didn't look like that, for example.
It didn't look like that.
No.
This isn't the style guide. This is them just describing a product.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, this is what their brand. This is how they're identifying their brand. I mean, that's the stand. We got like it doesn't look like that. You wouldn't mistake his art for that. You wouldn't mistake his art for what was above. Scroll down. Yeah, let's find this fucking style guide. I want to find the rules of how Stan-like can we draw someone, because newsflash, like fucking the dude wore sunglasses and was an old man, Like it's not like...
I'm going back to the root page, therealstanlee.com. Usually at the bottom they have things like contact and legal.
Yeah, that's where you would it doesn't seem to be very easy to find.
Here's Power Entertainment.
Like I'm googling it, I can't find it.
It's gonna be power like a punch in the face.
It is a bit like a punch in the face, isn't it?
That's right.
I don't want to fill this in while I'm sharing my. All right, yeah, we'll do it this way. I'll just skip the name.
Well, it won't
Yeah.
let you send probably unless you
Yeah.
skip
No,
the name. I'll take you off
no,
the stream. I'll take you off.
Yeah,
There you go, thank you.
don't actually email them about it. Let's wait out and see what happens.
I think the email just needs to be, may I have a copy of your style guide?
Yeah, exactly.
So that we may know
How much how close we can get with our stand-free parody without it stepping onto your toes, you know?
Landstee parody.
Landstee. Mm-hmm.
All right, Oz is here. Oz, how you going, buddy?
Hey, Oz. Hey, Oz.
Jesus Christ, Michael, what have you done?
I know. I'm like I'm just trying to have laughs here.
You can't have laughs. This is too
It's
serious.
against the rules. It's against the rules to laugh.
I'm hanging my head. I was hanging my head in shame yesterday, and now I'm hanging my head in shame today for another reason.
Yeah.
So
I guess this is another kind of shame stream.
This isn't a valid claim. So don't try and think that try and work out why they've done it or whatever.
Okay, then I won't send an email.
But what's happened is this company, The Real Stan Lee, and it's got a bit of a background. I don't know where it is now, but I remember when it first came out, Stan Lee got in some financial trouble when he was doing his online The Real Stan Lee website and products and blah blah blah. He blew through millions of dollars, and he had to shut it all down. And then that's when he went back and did some more promo work for Marvel, and that's why he was in all the films. And I seem to remember he sold this company to someone, and they got the rights to his likeness on apparel and online, but also they got the right to the thing that they've copyright struck you on, which is this cartoon version of Stan Lee. So I'm not saying that they would be successful in saying that we've used or Michael's copied their trademarks, I
have never seen a cartoon of Stan Lee.
Exactly. I'm not saying it would actually go through and be successful in any way, shape, or form. But anyone can copyright strike you for any reason on YouTube. It doesn't have to be a valid reason. It's just that this is why
that can disrupt your entire business. That can disrupt your entire business. That sucks. I mean, at first I thought, oh, cool, I have an excuse not to stream. I can just go back to working. I'll have a week of work. That'll be great. Then I was like, shit, I'll lose access to the chat. I won't be able to talk to my fans and shit. That's that's bad. I'll only have the Twitter. And most of the people I talk to in the chat. So I was like, huh. And it made me sort of.
Well, I don't quite understand the difference between this claim and, say, the Looney Tunes one we had the other day. Why is this one going for the full review and the last one isn't? So I don't know if there's a different system of claiming, whether this person has put in a manual claim and the other ones are bots.
Yeah, the last time I just right-clicked and it went through and it was resolved within a couple of hours. But this one says it can be up to 10 days. The YouTube has to review it before they send it to the
This one stopped you streaming as well, didn't it? Because this one, the last one, didn't stop you streaming.
No.
Or did it?
No, it didn't. And this one didn't stop me streaming until today. So I was like, what the fuck? I streamed yesterday.
So it could be that they have put in a manual claim for this one. They've said, no, we definitely think that that's a use of our copyright image, which is stupid, but it just means that they're being wankers about it.
So is it a proper Oz, with your estimation, and this is just an estimate, is it a proper objection speaking to YouTube to say that was not their cartoon, it was drawn by someone else, and it is not parody but honorific or whatever, therefore it doesn't
in terms of fair use and in terms of copyright, they don't have an argument like this. Liam has to fill in that form and say, we fight this copyright claim because it was fair use, because it wasn't
to log into my
cartoon.
YouTube to log into my YouTube, they're making me do copyright school. I've had to
Yeah.
do
I
3
did that.
classes of copyright school. I just want to be able to watch YouTube. I don't want to have to do homework. It's not
No,
fair.
I did
It's
that as
not
well,
fair.
and like I just clicked exactly what I thought it was, and I was correct. And you had to do a little test, and I didn't watch
Yeah.
the video, and I just clicked it, and it was so easy. And it's just
So basically, the way the system works is that they give you a strike, and they say this is just a warning. Watch this video, and then that strike goes away if you challenge it, and then. But I don't know what the difference is between this one and those ones. No, it wasn't that CG World Order. It's just
Neither
that they
do
have
I.
the
And if you look at
copyright
it-
on
and if you
this
look at
little
it-
cartoon.
Yeah, and if you look at it, man, again, it's 1830 to 1918. It's not even a minute. It's not even a fucking minute.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're having a stream.
yeah.
What if Liam just
CG
shares his screen and we all go through copyright school together? That's exciting content.
No, it's
Liam must
it's
do it
really
himself.
lame, dude.
It's his
It's
fault.
it's cringe as hell too. It's just
Yeah.
it's like you know what it's like? It's like having a lesson with what's her face, Gail Simone. It's written in
so
baby talk.
condescending. It's so condescending. Exactly. It's like fuck
We're gonna
you.
go to copyright school, okay? Now everybody sit down. Now, it's really it's really bad.
like
yeah,
every
CG World
educational
Order.
video
I don't.
ever.
First up,
I-
are you allowed to have a sense of humor on YouTube? Yes, no, go kill yourself. You know.
So I
This
want
is
to
the
play you
problem
guys.
when YouTube is making themselves out as a uninvolved third party. It means that anyone can do this to anyone. That's the issue.
Jason, no, it wasn't automatic. Vicky has been talking about this. Like I don't know, maybe a week ago or something. Not a week ago, but 3 or 4 days ago, I know that she was sharing this around, and a bunch of people on Twitter were saying, this is the worst thing that Comicsgate has ever done. I guess they say that every single. No, they literally said that, and that's when I was like, all right, I'm out. This is just ridiculous.
It could be manually done because that company is pretty dodgy. That's what I was saying. Like, this company is pretty dodgy. Like, this is the same company, I think, that was doing that took Stanley's blood. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, that's what I
think
said.
it was-
Is this the same guys? This is what I was like. These are the same guys that did the blood thing, because I will drag
I'm
them.
not
like,
sure.
I will
Like, I
fucking-
don't want to say that yes, these are, but this is the kind of area that we're in. It's so it's either these guys are being really dodgy and are trying to get the money from it, or it's just a random bot picking it up, because those bots
Delta.
are
I
pretty
can't do
involved.
Spurg Thunder. I can't do Spurg Thunderdome Delta because they took away my channel. So they're robbing Comicsgate of Spurg Thunderdome. That was going to be this week. So it would be great if a lot of people got angry about this and shared this all over the place. Let's get the person
Well, we
who
could
runs
do it on
the
my
Mr.
channel, but I don't have super chats, so it's like, it would be charity for the masses, I guess. But
The main issue isn't the super chats. The main issue is that you don't have my subscribers. So
Well, yeah.
we're going to have to really rely on Twitter to get it out there and word of mouth for it to be a big event. So it's kind of like, wait, they're taking my
we could
the
do
man
it.
Abel. They took my channel.
Rally around Oz.
the other thing is that means I've got to do work.
Oz will be on the other side.
I'm not sure I want to do work.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to go through D Live because I have no respect for the Lemon Emperor, and the Koof plague makers. So I don't. wanna
Liam,
go
are you
and do
speaking
it.
English? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Lemon Emperor, man.
I have no idea. I'm so out of the loop.
So what I might have to
Oh,
do
man.
then is, I guess I'll set up my channel and do it properly, and we'll try and get some subscribers over before we launch our first video.
Look, I think if all of CG just says, next 10 days, Liam's show will be on Oz show for this BS reason, then, I mean, obviously it's not going to be the same. But
I mean, the
They'll
thing
delete
is, we have like 1,300
This is the problem. No, this
subscribers
is
on
the
Liam's
problem.
show.
This is
Yeah,
the
we have
problem,
like
right?
1,300 subscribers only on Liam's show, but we get that amount of views per episode. So it's like everyone that subscribes watches it.
Yeah.
It's
So-
really
It's
weird.
huge.
It would be like Cecil if he had 15,000 subscribers. He had 15,000 views on his live stream. It would be really weird.
Because we got true blue fans, you know what I mean? We got the best fans. We have the live with Liam's fans are the best fans. No, but the problem with doing it on Oz's channel, not that I'm saying no to, I'm just saying like the issue we'll run into is unless you buy StreamYards, you actually only have a certain amount of time you can stream each week with it. So we'll probably get like
Yep.
2 shows out of it. You know what I mean? And then you got to pay for a month for it. And that's bullshit. On top of that, I've paid for mine for this month coming up. So, and now I can't even fucking use it. It's like, fuck these guys.
No one wants
even
to
if-
sub to Oz because of that damn avatar. Well,
Even if you,
That's why people want to sub to us.
yeah, I don't know. I think there's a certain demographic that it appeals to.
well, even
I'm
if
gonna
you,
order a pizza. I'm gonna order a pizza. You guys talk. I'll be back in a bit.
Seafood pizza, Liam.
even if you,
No,
even if
just
Oz connected, let's see, Oz has to thoroughly host you in that case. So even if you use your StreamYard, which is paid and has more hours, to connect to Oz's account, that's against. I think that's against YouTube or YouTube's rules for you're not allowed
It's
to go
okay.
stream
I can afford to
somebody
buy
else.
StreamYards. It's all right. It's not.
Sorry?
It's not. I can afford to purchase StreamYards. It's not a huge
This is
thing.
even without Trump bucks. Yeah,
Even
it's,
without
but
Trump
no,
bucks, I
it's
can
all
get
the
StreamYard.
notifications are a huge thing too. The notification huge thing. That's all people are used to. So they get the notifications. That someone's gone live. I get things on emails. It pops up on my thing. It sucks. It just sucks.
But even if
Alex is
even if
angry.
I'm supposed to be sleeping.
He's supposed to be sleeping right now, but he's angry over this. Yeah, man, and I'm just upset. Like I'm. This,
You should be upset. It's your fault.
I am. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's friggin'.
This entire situation is your fault. I mean, you're not responsible, but it's still your fault.
I did it. So I'm just like, I don't want to be the one to like Liam's show, your guys' show. Like exactly what he's got 1,300 subs, but you guys get so many views, relative to your sub count. That's why I always say it's the hottest show going. And yeah,
It's really strange because it's kind of like the opposite to what you see in all the other YouTube shows. Like, it seems to be like you can get, like how many subscribers has Ethan got? He's got like 140,000 or something.
133. 133.
Yeah, 133. Geez, 133,000.
I looked at it the
Like,
other day because I was wondering if it was growing.
But he'll get like, 1,300 to 2,000 viewers of his shows, and I think his videos probably get about 20,000 views. Well, actually, probably not that many for the live streams. But yet we've got the opposite, where we've got like fuck all subscribers, but they all seem to watch the show. So yeah, it's really weird. It's weird how it's flipped like that. I mean, I couldn't imagine having 100,000 subscribers and having 100,000 people watch that show. That would be insane.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it does probably not going to go up linear like that, but still, you're right. There is something going on there with your guys' show. It's just this on fire thing, and yeah, I mean, God, I hope it does only take 10 days to sort this out, because this is so crazy for me. Literally an hour ago, I'm just sitting there working.
Have to launch
we have the best fans. That's all it is. We have the best fans. I've got that radiant orange energy happening. We're high energy. We're talking about hip and challenging things. We're there for the fans. We talk to the chat. It's easy. Anyone can do it, but we just do it better. Yeah, that's all it is. It's
I
not
was
out of
just
control.
complimenting you yesterday, Liam, at how good you're, how good you're getting at live streaming and how you're improving every week. And now maybe they heard that and it's like, oh, we've got to shut this shit down.
Well,
they gotta
this
shut
morning
down
Liam
Liam's
sent me a metric, and we had 1 million minutes of watch time in the last 4 weeks.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so that's a lot of watch hours. I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that is.
absolutely.
It's like divide 1 million by 60. How many watch hours is that?
I have to do that with the old calculator.
Come on,
It's
let us know.
100,000 divided by 6.
I'm getting all those AdSense, except I don't know how to claim them, and I don't know how
A
to claim
million
super
divided by 60
50,000 divided
is
by 3.
16,666.
Yeah, there you go.
And you only need 4,000 hours a year to keep your monetization.
Yeah, to get the monetization going.
So we get that in about a day. It's crazy.
So,
Wow,
and that's
really?
nothing
That is
compared to a lot of that's nothing compared to the big guys like Tug and all those guys. They do.
No,
better.
that's what I mean. They get it in like an hour, or
Yeah.
not even.
I've actually got to talk to Tug or EBS or something and be like, look, how do I get my super chat money out of the piggy bank? Because I've tried looking up tutorials. I tried looking it up on Googling on YouTube. Cannot find how to do it. It says that it goes in your AdSense, but I'm like, it's been over a month and nothing is in my AdSense. I've got 14 cents, the same 14 cents that I started with it. So I just don't fucking know.
Yeah, there must be a way because John Malin had to do it as well. So they don't just automatically put it in there. You've got to do something to retrieve it.
Yeah, I want to be able to like throw it at you, and I want to be able to throw it at artists and shit, and be like, "Look, I've got money. I want to like wave it on in front of people's face on camera to make the anti-comics get mad."
When you download it and you split it with me, then I can afford to buy StreamYards and things.
Well, yeah, easily.
Does it have anything to do with us being in Australia? Do you reckon? Or
Nah.
Nah. I don't even know if the money that I have is in Australian or USD.
That's what I'm interested to see.
I think it's
like
USD.
Corona dollars.
Yeah.
it's yen.
Occasionally we get some money and it's like Swiss francs or whatever, and it comes up, or RON, and it's like really weird.
Yeah, Romanian money.
Yeah, it's like here's 60 Romanian dollars, and it's like it's still a really good super chat. It's like $10 or $15, but just I have to go think of it. What's RON?
This is affecting CG World Order's health. He gets his daily vitamin D from the Liam Gray show.
I give everyone their D from my show.
Whoa!
It's I mean, it's the thing to look forward to, isn't it? We all kind of sit and wait for it. So
I'm letting my ego get out of control, but in all seriousness, it's just a chance for me to sit down and talk with the community, and that's what I've always wanted. I wanted to be able to have like a basically think of it like a mum and pa store. Imagine an online comic book store where you can just come in and you can talk about why, Wolverine is a raging homosexual now and how that's sort of shit. And I can just sit there and listen to you for half an hour. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Hey,
the
James,
other issue is we do a nightly
show.
show, so we don't want people to stop watching.
Yeah. Especially we were planning the Not Jack show. I mean, maybe it's the best. Maybe we can put all of our effort into doing the Not Jack show, and it'll be a big premiere return episode.
Yeah. Well, we could promote it as the first show on my channel if we can get enough subscribers over there.
For sure.
And then we can just then we could shift it all back to your show, to your channel.
It'd be better to have two platforms buffed up to be meaty beefy anyway than it would be just to have the one. So
well, as long as I don't mind people subscribing to me as long as they don't expect any sort of content.
Yeah.
Thunderbird is obviously we're getting some more people here. Thunderbird's just asking why he got struck. Basically, dude, it's my fault. I drew a little cartoon of
Stan Lee that was so lifelike that the algorithm was like, "Holy shit, he's back!" and they struck us.
Yeah, I did two states, one with his mouth open, one with his mouth closed. This thing took me about literally 2 minutes to draw, and there was an impersonation of the man, and I don't even recall what was said. I think he just read out what is on my page. It wasn't. I don't recall if it said go and back it or something like that. I think he just read out what was there, and then he said Excelsior and enough said, and I played it, Liam played it, and we both got struck. But for some reason, they're punishing Liam more than they're punishing me. He can't stream for 10 days at a minimum, assuming it'll get sort of sorted out.
That's the weird thing that I don't understand.
Different rules for Liam. It's this. I have bad luck. This is what my life is like. You guys, as you watch more of my content, you get to know me. You're going to learn that my life is fucking chaos all the time, right? And it's funny. You got to laugh at it, or you go insane.
I think it's pretty funny. I laugh at it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be back in a second.
Hey, Liam, did you see this comment though first?
Everybody wants that orange D. Yep, orange D. That's right. Thank you, Alex. You're a wonderful subscriber. Thank you, guys. If you haven't bought Xenotype yet, I really want to break that 50,000. We need like 2 more purchases. So if you've been holding off buying it, get over there, grab yourself a copy. You'll help me break through 50,000 today. You know.
Well, we've got 158 backers right now. I'm going to hit refresh.
I better get that shit up because I owe Liam big time now. This is definitely not something that I anticipated or wanted to do. And so I already owe Liam big time. Just for the plain fact that he's always been there to support me. Not many people knew who I was. Liam's had me on his show a bunch of times, and I've been a fan watching these guys on the show for pretty much probably I don't know back when not many people were watching Liam's show, and so I owe this guy big time, and for me to be involved in this, it breaks my heart. Like I was just working with it. I did not expect this at all. But there are people out there who want to take the least charitable interpretation of anything that we do and use that against us. And no. I don't know.
Don't know. We still don't know who you are. I'm just trying to sell a book and have fun and make funny animations and entertain the people out there. And yet, look at all the pain
you gotta pay. You gotta pay. You want to entertain people, you gotta pay. That's how this works.
Yeah, totally. I'm trying to get your freaking a Xenotype up, and now, of course, just doesn't want to do anything. Okay, it looks like I'm here. Here we go.
That's all right. I think I've sold to everyone who knows who I am. I've got 500 or so, 14 people. They're all the people that know me and trust me. I'm looking at these guys getting like 2,000 on their campaign and shit, like Fragger and Ethan and stuff. And I'm looking like, that means there's 15,000. There's 1,500 other people out there that could potentially buy my book that are in Comicsgate, but I don't know who they are. I don't know them, so I can't sell to them.
Yeah, it's hard.
By the way, Liam, by the way, it's not Fragger. It's Frager.
I know it's Frager, but I like saying Fragger because it sounds like
a bomb. We're Australian.
We're Aussie. We're allowed to say Fragger.
Yeah, it's Fragger.
That's why we say manga.
Yeah, manga.
You say manga, mate. No, it's manga.
Thank you,
It's meant to be manga, but there's no Australian that's going to say manga.
James Dean Anderson wants to come in, and he is a rockstar sensation.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, cool.
Yeah, he does a lot of...
I'll send you the link,
James. Logos and stuff for you guys who don't know that,
I've been
he's a lesser known person, but he should be a greater known person,
I've been
too humble.
We've been streaming with James every day for the last 3 or so days. So I'll just send him the link. So he's sort of becoming a regular on this show.
By the way, Michael, you are allowed to delegate and just say, Blue, go send him the link, and I'll do it.
I don't want to boss you guys around. That seems weird.
Well, then just say please. I mean, that's it.
All right, man. Well, James, you've got the link. So I'll make sure. Last time I sent him a link a while ago, a couple of days ago, and he sat in the back room for about 15 minutes, waiting at me, trying to get my attention because I wasn't looking at the screen. CG World Order says, did we see a fan-made Cyberfrog trailer? Now I'm worried. Can I play it? I don't know. I'm going to get struck.
If anyone... Are you going to be sitting there and an all caps strikes you? He's like, how dare you draw a smiling frog? Nah, I think Ethan's a bit of all right.
Well, it's a fan-made one, so I know Ethan has said, he said on the stream today that feel free to take anything from his streams and make them into cartoons. But yeah, I know, I'm sure if it's all within CG, everyone's kosher.
When was
You'd
the
hope
last
so
cartoon
anyway.
that you made? When was the last cartoon you made? Like, what was it?
Probably 2 weeks ago.
That's
I
not
was
good enough,
thinking
man.
of
Do one a week. One a week. One a week.
one a week.
One
One
a
a
week.
week.
One a week, brother. One a week.
First, I've
Doesn't have
got
to be long. Doesn't have to
find-
be long.
Oh, well, okay. Well, if you want to take that 15-second orc clip, then yeah,
Yep,
I
yep.
did do one
Yep.
this week. Okay,
Cool.
yeah. Well, then I did do one this week, and I'm planning on doing another one, in the following week. So yeah, I guess I am doing one a week.
Champion. Good. Keep it up. One a week. That's what you want to do. Keep it up. That's how you're a real YouTube animator, you know.
Yeah, they're tough, but yeah, you got to you have to get out there regularly. So James, I don't know where he is. He's got the link. James got a lot of things to say too.
He's waiting for the
So,
entrance. You know, he's going to make a big entrance. He's going to come in with like an axe. And
So
and a
well, then
wide roar.
while we're waiting, let's talk about Xenotype, because what did you say?
Sure.
You're
can't
okay.
tell
I'll
it here.
change it.
Yeah, you can't tell it here because we're in dollary dues, but we're like
I'm
right
gonna put
on
it
the
onto
edge.
US.
Yeah, we're like right there.
Get
at
it
the
off
edge.
the You know, I came up with, like there's what is it? 7 figures young lady or something.
Yeah.
That everyone says.
Yeah.
There's in Australian dollars it's Sheila. So you can say like 6 figures, 5 figures or 6 figures Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just talking the Australian dollars. So yeah, you're right there. Wow.
Like right there on the cusp of 50K. So I need this to happen.
How
you
many?
know?
How many backers is that? Do you reckon? Is that 2?
It's like 2. It's like 2, or 1 who
Yep.
buys really big. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I think if one person gets platinum, it'll take me over. I believe. But
yeah. Oh, James has done it again. He's here. He's okay. Here we go. Let me bring up screen. James, how you going, buddy?
Hold on a second. I want to make sure we can. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this very well. All right. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay.
Yeah. You're here. You're here. We got you.
Now I'm going to try this. Okay. Let me know if this mic actually makes it a little bit better. Is that any better?
And you sound good. You sound good.
All right. Fantastic. I just wanted to say that it sucks when you get copyright strikes for putting up content when you're basically a YouTube content reporter. I mean, it's in essence what you're doing. You're acting as the media.
Mhm.
So it's kind of crazy. That would be like Fox News getting busted for showing Stan Lee's face.
spaghetti-o.
Well, I mean, it is no difference. You are on YouTube broadcasting an opinion about it, and opinion shows. Tucker Carlson is an opinion show.
Mhm.
So how is it different for Tucker Carlson? How is it different? Basically, pick your favorite news commentators. They're doing the same thing. How could they possibly not show someone's face that is someone's
Well,
face?
that's it.
It's still someone's
Anyone can do the copyright strike, but they don't.
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
the problem
forced
with
to
YouTube.
stop
is
showing
YouTube-
the news while the court's process goes through. That's the difference
YouTube
between them
won't
and
actually
YouTube.
Tell us what's going on, and they won't give you a code violation because apparently you can run the world's second biggest search engine on the planet. You can handle 11 billion videos at all times, but you can't possibly. I mean, all the back-end analytics that you want, you can't possibly write down. By the way, this is the code that was the infraction. How freaking hard is that? It's like, in other words, we based it on feelings on purpose so that we can aloofly say, oh, no big deal, because we don't want to be accused of anything later. We don't want to end up in court. So we can just say, well, it was a copyright strike and we were just doing our best. And, then you just end up with this bull crap. And
That's how they sound too. That's how they sound.
That's how they talk.
Oh, trust me, I know. And I've been to California many times, and that's how grown-ass men will talk to you that are straight. You're looking at them and you're just like, why is your wife much tougher than you? Because then women are like actually much tougher, and they're fully capable of handling themselves. It's just this weird thing about guys that happened here where you were like,
Biggest mic in the game.
Like, yeah, I know you're a roofer. What just happened? What am I here? And then when you talk to a gay man who is a gay man, and they just look at him and they're just like, I don't know. This isn't. By the way, the reason why JDA's voice sounds deeper today is because here it's tonight. It's 2:00 in the morning, and I was on a live stream today that just went on, and then other streams with other people, and then other streams with other people. Like, actually, not just live streams, but like working out deals with people. So this is what I sound like. In other words, all I have to do is talk for 12 hours, not have much sleep, and I'll sound like a man. Who knows?
You can do some voice work. That's all you have to do. Yeah.
It's why I was always.
Yeah, it's really
happy.
weird what you're saying. Like, you're exactly right. Liam got struck for playing a video that I made. So, I understand I got struck. The video got taken down, and I thought that, okay, that should just be the end of it then. I'll sit on this strike, whatever, for 90 days, but not only did Liam also get struck for showing a video that he didn't make. He can't stream now for 10 days, whereas I still can. It just none of this makes any sense. 10 days.
I appealed. I get to appeal, and now I have to wait for. They said up to 10 days.
Hold on a second. Are you going through StreamYards into YouTube?
They won't let me. Can't do it.
No, my point was, are you struck from StreamYard or are you struck from YouTube?
YouTube struck me.
No. That's perfect. That means you can take StreamYard and still go on StreamYard on my channel with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can use StreamYard.
Yeah.
Get your crew and just go on other people's stuff and be like, suck at Trebek. Send out an announcement to all your people, because people follow you. They actually watch your stuff. They follow you on Twitter. They follow you wherever. It's like what you guys have a lot of followers, but they all watch.
It'll be the great saga where I buff up everyone else's channel with my Amiga presence as I wage my one man war on the zombie corpse of Stan.
I think this might actually be all your fault and your anti-Chinese stance.
I don't know what you're talking about. I love China. I love China. I don't know. I've got nothing against the Chinese.
Because the company that is doing this copyright claim is a Chinese company called CamSing International.
Well, of course.
Now,
are you
CamSing International.
Am I seriously being censored? Am I seriously being censored by China using the puppeted corpse of Stan Lee?
You are.
That's the funniest thing I've heard in CT.
Who are they?
Now this company. I told you there's some dodgy stuff going on. Like, I remembered reading all about this back when it happened in 2012. So they've bought basically all of Stan Lee's licensing. So, but they've recently just had a huge crash in their share price because the chairwoman has just been sued for $610 million for fraud.
Ooh.
So
I can't believe that the Chinese have reached their communist hand into the back of the corpse of Stan Lee, and they're using him like a talking puppet to copyright strike my channel. Fuck communism.
Liam, what you just did right there, that is what we should have shows about. You guys should have a live show about that. You should do some research on it, do more research on it, and we should all look it up. We should all try to find some kind of angle and talk about that. And I could actually maybe talk to my IP lawyer, like maybe we could talk to a couple of people, see kind of what's going on there, what their real ramifications are, because that might be something that the United States, now obviously you guys are in Australia, it might be something the United States they might allow. But you guys being in Australia, if YouTube wants to continue to operate in Australia, they shouldn't be beholden.
I need to grab my
under Australian law.
I need to grab my pizza. I'll be right back. You've got a very good point, and I'll be right back.
By the way, James, there's one caveat to what you were saying about being on other people's streams. When what's his name? The other guy who got struck.
What's
Malin.
his name? The other guy.
Yeah.
When Malin I'm the other guy.
Hi, Oz. I thought you were gone. When Malin got struck, it was he couldn't go just using other people's channels, but the easy way around that is just be on the channel with them. You just have to host them, and then you just stay there the whole time while they do their thing.
False alarm. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
Aw.
Where's your meat lovers, mate?
It's not here yet. But that's what I'm going for, eh? So yeah, fuck
Guys,
communism.
everyone is asking to watch this Cyberfrog 2 fan trailer. So do you guys want to watch that for a sec? It's
Yeah,
2
that'd be
minutes long.
fantastic. Did you share it with the
All
audio?
right, here we go. I did. Now you got me second guessing. Let me know if I didn't.
I'm here to inspire doubt. We got sound.
Cool.
My name is Heather Swain. Philadelphia has always been my home. Life was good until it happened. I'm friends with the cybernetic enhanced human-like frog created to save Earth. Nobody appreciated or understood him, but I did. We were good friends who enjoyed hanging out with a bucket from the chip fry. Just me, Cyberfrog, and his very large brother, Salamandroid. Until the invasion hit. They rained from the sky. These space invader giant hornets attacked everyone. Killing no one could stay alive. And covered the earth with giant blood honey hives. They can't fly near trees, so we hid in the woods, burning endless fires to keep them away, wearing red so they can't see and kill us all. The last time I saw Cyberfrog, he told me he'd track me down, but it's been decades, and there's been no sign of him. Yet I can't shake the feeling he is not gone. I believe he will return again. We need Cyberfrog and his brother Salamandroid to return and fight off the invaders, to take back our wrecked planet, so we can live without fear. If you see my friend Cyberfrog, tell him I need him. We need him to save the world. This is Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. Join the fight.
That is so good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Holy
we've got some people that are really mastering the art of the trailer that have been waiting in lately. You know, that was solid. You know.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, I got goosebumps from that music. That was awesome.
John
Yeah,
Malin was
Ascension
playing
Cinema.
Brokeback. John Malin was playing Brokeback Mountain sex scene on his channel, and his channel was just struck.
Okay.
What,
Do you
just
guys
now?
know, this relates
Just
to
now.
that.
Whose
Do
was?
you guys,
Just
John
now.
Malin.
John Malin just lost his channel for playing Brokeback Mountain sex scene.
Mhm.
I thought I know they were
played it
watching
before-
Brokeback
they
a
played
while
it
ago,
before-
but
yeah, they played it before and there was no problem. But apparently now it's I don't know.
Now, are
Apparently,
we
this is
sure
all
that
just
it was
hearsay.
God.
that, or is it because they were talking about and laughing at a homosexual sex scene potentially? Because it's not like people in CG just quietly watch something on the video.
Yeah, he just tweeted that he got.
comment.
come on, no one quietly watched that scene from Brokeback Mountain.
Do you have any
homosexual
idea
or
how
not.
hard it was for me to stay quiet during the cyber for the video? You started? I'm like,
That was sick. Well done, Ascension Media. Hal Ascension Medium. That was friggin' awesome.
that was
Can you imagine being
That was great.
Ethan and just there's people out there who'll make this stuff for you just because they're a huge fan and they're like, oh, that's just so cool.
that was fantastic work. It was really good, man. That's cool to see.
So this is relevant to the current situation. Do you guys know what I think they're called patent troll is?
Yeah.
All right. You might be a little more eloquent than I am, James. Do you care to explain it, or shall I?
No, fire away.
All right. So a patent troll is somebody who makes a claim that they had some sort of filing on prior art, what's called prior art, relative to when any large corporation had the filing. What they do is they essentially pester large corporations or maybe medium-sized in order to get dismissed. Not dismissed in court, but dismissed at the door. Just pay the guy and make him go away because it's easier than litigation. Then they use that to go after the next guy down the street. And usually their patents or the things they're claiming are ridiculous garbage. My father was a patent attorney, and so this is how he taught me about thinking behind what people are saying, and you have to figure out how to prove or know what somebody knew. What did they know? When did they know it? And one day he was chasing down a patent troll because they were just pissing off the corporation he worked for. And essentially, he had found a citation for prior art in an earlier patent file or in an earlier trolling claim that was made. And then in the later one that they were dealing with at the moment, the same prior art should have been cited and wasn't. And that's what disproved the troll's claim. So anyway, these guys play little games with the prior art and whatnot, and they gain credibility and make money, and a lot of money, by lying, and they go door to door. Well, now we've got China. So there's two parts to this strike thing. You have potentially anti-Comicsgate reporting to whoever whoever owned or whoever might be interested in making a claim on your account in order to get you struck. So that's sort of bullying by proxy. And then the company in question is a Chinese company that has bought up so many properties or rights or God knows what, or is just playing games in order to make money. They're coming around threatening you so that they make money, even though they really aren't entitled to any of it. That's what's going on here with this Chinese company.
They want my 14 cents. They want my 14 ad cents. And they're not going to have it.
So it looks like Malin, people are in the chat saying Malin has confirmed on his Twitter that, he just got struck.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's people out there who are watching what we're doing, making sure that we're not having any fun. Because when Comicsgate has fun, Comicsgate wins. Comicsgate, we back each other. We back all these books and And if we're telling jokes and having fun, what are we going to tell jokes about? We're not just going to sit here and read from old joke books. We're going to talk about things that are out there. We're going to be spontaneous, but there's obviously people out there who have their finger on the button, ready to strike you at a moment's notice.
Get a hold of John Malin, and guys, just send him an invite.
Yeah, get him in here, and we can talk about. We can commiserate together about
the Struck Stream. It's the Struck Stream.
And rename it the Struck Stream.
I will. Well, all right. So I don't know. If you guys, I'll put the link. The link is in the private chat. So I'll rename the thing. If anyone wants to get in touch with John, I'll rename the stream.
Everyone in the
first,
chat
and then I will.
All of you, tell them to go to tell John Malin to come to the Michael Bancroft deal. Tell him on Twitter or wherever.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got open communication with him.
The Struck Stream.
The Struck
with
Stream.
Michael Bancroft.
As China tightens its grip on the comic book industry.
Let's see if I can do some old radio back in the day. Well, you're listening to the Struck Stream with Michael Bancroft.
All right. So sending him the link.
Pick you when you're down under.
Whoa.
That was a good joke. No, damn it.
Sorry, man. Yeah, I'm just I can never do two things at once like that.
You got nothing. That's what happened to Liam. That's what happened to Liam. They like to kick you when you're down under.
That's right, brother. That's right. Wiggle says Wiggle. Wait, was it Wiggle? Someone said that we should try DLive. I don't use DLive because I don't bend the knee to the Lemon Emperor. So, but I'm willing.
Lemon Emperor?
The Lemon Emperor is the one who owns, who runs China. He's the master of DLive.
Ah.
So he collects all those lemons that people send over the DLive. I don't kneel to the Lemon Emperor.
So Liam, can you see how many people you can get to watch this stream right now? Are you sharing this out?
Yeah, okay. Give me a minute. I'll use my
Everybody,
powers of no one giving a
share
fuck.
this out. Let's let everybody know that this is drug stream and actually put it out there. And the reason why I say that is because between all of us, we probably have a decent reach of comics gators. And I realize it's 2:20 in the morning, but it's also Saturday night. So in the U.S. at 2:20 and 2 o'clock in the morning, there's still a lot of people that are still up.
Yeah, and no one's out partying at the moment. They're
Yeah, exactly. Where you at? The club? Shut the hell up. We know you're at home. You can just stop pretending now. Now this is a wacky day, man. A wacky day.
yeah. This is just completely unexpected too. This is not how it was even just a couple of hours ago, and now all of a sudden, this shit's all gone down.
Yeah. Oh, and when Malin gets here, if you have too many people or whatever at the time, if anybody has to join him, I'll drop or whatever we need to do there. But
so this
Chinese
company that bought Stan Lee's image.
Yeah, what's the name of the company?
Camsing, CAMSING. The the chairwoman or the chick that's running this company, she had another company as well. And the day before she was arrested in Hong Kong, she shifted all of the assets out of the Camsing company into her other company. So basically stripped it. So this is the company that owns Stan Lee's image now, is this stripped down Chinese defrauded company.
China has been so disrespectful of intellectual property for so long. I doubt they really own anything. They're probably just very good at skirting Disney, regarding Stan Lee. But they've been buying up property in the U.S. since the 90s. I mean, they do own a lot. So, sorry to entertain you, James. But I doubt this started legitimately. I really do.
I know this is they're in basically an entertainment conglomerate, so they buy cheap entertainment products.
David says Anna is about to start a stream, so if
we're not going to get John Malin then, yeah, because Anna will be like, hey.
Go there. I'm sure if he still wants to stream, so but he's got
probably why she's about to start a stream.
Yeah. Well,
what the hell?
Probably. Although I think those guys got her struck for something already once. I don't know if that strike is still live, but I do recall her talking about that, saying that I think it was maybe Cecil.
Cecil got 1-2 nights ago for the pimple popping stuff.
I remember when Ethan they got John Malin struck for 30 days or 90 days.
90 days. The 90 full days. 90 days, yeah.
Yep.
That's those pimple popping people. They really protect their what is it? Creative property or whatever it's called. Yeah.
We can
crazy world out there.
We can stream snipe Anna's show and see what Malin has to say about it.
Yeah, sure. You can do that. The sun never sets on the CG Empire. Hell yeah, it doesn't. I always wonder, who's going to be up late watching, and then I remember all these do come and they say, "Oh, it's 4 a.m. in the morning here. I've been with you for 3 hours."
So we're being told that Anna broke 40K on her Vampirella campaign, so she wants to celebrate.
Congratulations, Anna!
And congratulations,
wow, that's
Anna.
huge. 40K, that is just insane. First campaign, just a cover too. Bang.
And 40K. What people forget is in that regards, congratulations comics, because what that means is someone did a cover of a Vampirella book that raised $40,000, and that Vampirella book is being sold and distributed by Dynamite, who basically realized that CG was right in a lot of ways, and that the stores were full of crap. The way that Diamond was doing it was full of crap. This stuff just sucks, and it was kind of dragging them down. They don't want that. They want their retailers to be retailers that can put their product in and have it out there. They don't want to deal with shipping issues. They don't want to deal with any of this COVID crap telling them what they can and cannot do. They're in the business to sell and distribute great comic books. And in Diamond's defense, I realized that Diamond was like, well, what are you going to do with COVID? But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that a business should be beholden to someone else who can't or won't, for any reason, push out your product. They still have to put that out there, which is why DC just said, well, we're going to find new distributors then. It's a crap deal all around. And I'm not dogging Diamond, actually. It's, even though I've had my issues with Diamond in the past, when I used to go to stores and I would see stuff damaged or whatever, and I knew it wasn't returnable, I'm like, that sucks. But at the end of the day, Diamond is a business trying to stay in business. And so is Nick or anybody else with these smaller companies that are out there going, dude, we're a small publisher and we have to put our books out on time. We don't get to go, we can just write it off on the corporate earnings sheet this month, or this quarter or whatever. We've got a bigger company that owns us and they'll let it go. They're making big movies. No, they're not. No, Dynamite is out there making money, and Anna just showed them how to put that stuff out there and make it win. Congrats to Anna and congrats to Dynamite.
We've got David Smith here saying, "What's up, brother?" to David Smith. We apparently have 2 David Smiths in the house. So, getting bigger and bigger every day. That's what happens when you get nearly 50 people in the chat. You get people with double names. CG only knows how to win. CG knows how to take a punch. The boulder must always roll forward.
That's a really
Smiling
good point.
Bandito, hail. Yeah, we win. That's
Dude,
what
that's
we
a
do.
really good
We
comment.
win. I don't lose. I win. Remember that movie?
Right.
Keanu Reeves, Devil's Advocate.
Oh yeah.
And he was great. It was
There
actually
was
a
hot
pretty
naked
good
chicks in it.
There were, yeah, good scenes. Would you have taken the Devil's? What did you
Yep.
get a little thing? Yeah, you're like, yeah. Is this the kind of quality that they'll be doing moving forward? So
Yeah.
Ozart's on board.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Michael, I backed your
Yep.
book. Michael,
Oh, you did?
Dynamite money can be extracted from CG and Fandom Menace, David Smith said. Yeah, exactly. It turns out CG is full of a bunch of people that buy comics. So who knew? You can actually just talk to the people who are actually consuming comics and complaining that you're not giving them something cool. Give them something cool, and they'll just buy it. Cyberfrog made $11 billion. So it's just not hard. Michael, I went to back you guys on the stream last night. I thought I was going to close out the stream back in your book, and it didn't let me do it. And I tried it again, and it didn't let me do it. I tried it again with a different card for a different account. Didn't let me do it. And it's because my bank has put a stop on all charges to Australia, or basically to any foreign charges at certain hours at night. And as if, in other words, in case you're asleep, it's like a like a consumer fraud protection. They called me first thing in this morning, said, "Hey, did you know this is going on?" I said, "Yes, we can put it through." They actually put it through, so I did back, but it was really cool. It was by the time I backed it, the backing number was noticeably higher than when I originally tried. So you got some backers in last night, and then
Thank you, man.
yeah, no, congrats. And it was
you.
just kind of funny. I'm like, the backing number changed a lot, and then when I actually put it through, they were like, "All right, cool. In 10 minutes, you won't be able to do that again." I'm like, "What?" So they said that there's so much fraud going on right now that small banks are putting a stop to anything that looks like a wacky online purchase. So
Yeah, you're not the only guy who's been in touch with
you
me.
guys. If you guys were able to take super chats, I think I could super chat you guys because that goes through Google, and they trust Google, but I don't think that they're allowing it through. Or probably with Amazon, but I don't think they're allowing direct purchases from other sites.
So your Indiegogo charged you in Australian dollars.
It's with the exchange rate. It said something about the exchange rate. I want to say the campaign tier that I backed was maybe $65 or $85 or something because it said it was it was a head sketch. It was a head sketch.
Head sketch. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, to the $100 Australian. Yeah, so that's 65 US.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it said 111 or something, so that must have been Aussie and tax or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Well, thank you so much for that, man. That's really awesome. That's great. And you're not the only person who's reached out to me and said they had a little problem with a credit card.
Okay,
I think it's just that
Indiegogo doing foreign purchases with Indiegogo, it's still getting flagged.
Yeah, I think it's just with so much fraud going on that they're really kind of, I've had the same thing happen with sending a super chat. I tried to send a super chat to Wanger, and it wouldn't go through. And then, like you said, a number of hours later, I got a message saying, "Did you try and do this?" And I had to type back yes. And then they said, "Okay, well then you will let it go through from now on." Armagard, bitter, whatever that is. Hey, Liam, do you want to speak to the manager? Liam speaks to a lot of people.
Yeah,
I think he's off eating pizza at the moment.
No, I'm here. That's Sketch in a dress. right? That's
Hail
right on.
sketch.
Is it?
Hail sketch
Oh,
therapy.
good.
We love you.
Yeah,
here.
that sketch, and he's
Found
like,
my small
that's where he
channel.
dresses up like a pretty lady, so that everyone will tell him that he's opinion.
Alex had a point here. I disagree. Dynamite is not taking money from CG by associating with us. It's more of a situation of Dynamite inching closer to becoming CG than anything else.
There's
A
nothing
lot
wrong
of
with
people have a lot of
there's really nothing wrong with Dynamite having two audiences, two streams of income. They're not pitting them against each other.
No, because I'm CG, and I was buying Dynamite books when I thought they were cool on the shelf. I was like, this is a cool book, and I'm going to buy it. And we should be like that. We should be able to go into a comic book shop and go, well, that's friggin' cool. I'm going to buy that. And, oh, that's cool on Indiegogo. I'm buying that. I just don't buy from Kickstarter because, like, even if it's a great-looking project, it's like, I don't want to send any money to Kickstarter or anyone that just, like, embarrasses and insults me. That's why I don't buy anything from Disney. I don't have The Mandalorian because I don't have Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch Mandalorian because what do I care about Mandalorian if it's going to be bullcrap that I know will be tainted? Like, I know in my heart of hearts that it will be tainted somehow. And that just sucks. Like, at top down, I've got to worry about good fan fiction, being even that enjoyable just because I've always got to have that on my back of my mind. Well, how much are they going to pervert it this time? Screw that, dude. That sucks. I just don't want to do that with my heart. And when I go into a film, I go in to just enjoy the film. I want to remove this for a while and just go wee, like I don't actually want to get stuck on Disney's bullcrap and what China will allow them to do today or
exactly. You don't want to be halfway through a new episode of the Muppets when they start sounding Russian and telling you that it's all about community spirit. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly. It's the same thing with Mandalorian. Like, you knew where the seasons would eventually start spinning. Because at some point, what they're going to do is they're going to pull in all the fans and all their money and get them on a contract where they've got Disney Plus. That was the whole point of it. They knew, they banked on.
Yeah, that's why I hate subscriptions.
Really smart about that. What they did was they said, let's make a fan fiction thing that will work good for them. And then when they're in, we've got them with Disney Plus, and then we control their information and we control what they get next time. So that means season 2 or halfway through a season, they can do anything they want, and you guys are all on board. And I just look at it and I go, no, I'm not. I'm going to sit over here and make my little book.
Disney is dirty as fuck. I've done a few streams on how shady Disney are, but I mean, everyone sort of knows it. Like,
dude, they're
trying to essentially enslave their viewership with subscription service. It sounds like crazy Shadowrun bullshit, but it's true. They're essentially going, look, we won't have to produce anything, so there won't be any physical production costs for media. We're going to have everyone buying what we want. We can put on rotate what is available on our servers, which will allow us to essentially suck in our entire viewership with the Disney model. They'll have no control over it. We'll be able to use the Disney Vault model again, but for electronic product that we don't have to physically produce, and we just rotate servers. And it's shady. It's crazy, but it's about brain control, about mind control. It's about showing you like what you can see, when you can see it. They control the horizontal, they control the vertical. Fuck those clowns.
It's the artificial scarcity and creating fear of missing out, because for a limited time you can get Pinocchio on VHS and then it's gone.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And although that is marketing, and they're making it work. Obviously, people were falling for it. Jason Black said something interesting. He said, this is where the, quote, purity is getting carried away. Indiegogo isn't CG. They just do business. We like people who do business. Well said.
We love business people. Hey, I've got nearly 60 people here. Who knew all I had to do was nuke Liam's channel for 10 days to get some eyeballs on me? And maybe I should... go around and screw up some other people's channels as well. No, I'm joking, Liam. I feel so bad for this.
Now you're starting to sound like real Any Comics Gate, Brother. That's
yeah. No, I'm just negging,
I'm gonna work on sharpening up that machete so that I can take out the zombie ghost of Stanley, and we can move forward. Hey guys, back my book. Here we are. We're right on track for 50,000, guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here has it. But I mean, now the communists are attacking me, so it means I get more money now, right? That's how these things work. So yeah, back my book.
Literally, Oz has done the snooping, and he's literally found out that the commies are
Hear
trying
me
to
now.
take down.
Hear me now.
Liam.
I predict Liam is the next Doug. Liam's going to betray Comicsgate after 2 years of humiliation and losing all his friends.
That
Fuck
is a
off,
cool
Sketch.
cover.
Go away, Sketch. Yeah, it's a fantastic cover. That's actually one of the first things Odie did. He's way better now, so bit of trivia.
CG World Order reckons that's how I got to do it. I got to take down the competition. No. It was the commies. We've figured it out. It was the friggin' commies, as it always is.
It is.
And
China
aided and abetted by the antis. And this is why the situation that we find ourselves in. So look, there's nearly 60 people here. So if anyone is here who hasn't backed Liam's book, he won't be able to talk to you and give his hard sell. And I don't know if you've ever been sold to by Liam Gray. I have, and he got me. It took a while, but man, he got me. And I back this, and I fully support what Liam's doing. And you can hear him; he's a great guy. And now he won't be able to talk to his customers for 10 friggin' days
because of the communists and the undead screwing me up. Remember, China lied, people died. Back Xenotype.
China lied. Liam died. Back Xenotype.
And also because it is my channel. There's this one as well too. So I know that we're here because of my of what happened with Liam, but the Lucent it's up right now, and I'm can you see it there? I'm actually really close to the $7,500 stretch goal for the everyone who backs will get a really cool full color poster print, about this size, little print that goes with the book. So if you haven't backed Xenotype or the Lucent, get onto it.
Make Felix Hass a moderator.
It's possibly 90 days as well, Abel. So
90
it's
days.
a bit of annoying.
Oh no, what's happening? Because Felix
like,
Hass is a really good moderator. He's a moderator on my channel. He'll do a job good. So.
All right. Let me get onto that.
We are 174 American dollars from the $7,500 US goal, and depending on how people back, that could be 4 or 5 backings.
Look at Sketch get scared. Look at Sketch get scared. I get you to mod one guy, and he's like, "Here comes the censorship. Run, Sketch. Hike up the skirt and run." Fucking clown.
I've just got to be able to get onto the YouTube. It's really slow for me at the moment while I'm streaming. So, I'll get you a wrench, Felix. It takes a little time for me.
So I want to say sorry to Colin. Says, Liam, I've been praising you, but you're only reading the abusive chats. I know, it's sorry. I know that Sketch really needs a lot of attention. I know his parents didn't love him very much. He sits at home crying. So when he comes on and shits all over me and accuses me of things, I like to give him a little bit of attention, just to help him get through his day.
Jeez. Well, I still look at Sketch. Sketch is still a person. He is somebody that is allowed to make rude comments, and he will make comments that I won't like, and that is his right.
And it is my right to drag him through the mud and laugh at him like a retard.
As long as he knows that it's your right to also laugh. There needs to be that underlying understanding with Comicsgate. It's like, guess what? In Comicsgate, freedom of speech kind of matters. So if they complain and they go, we don't like this, or they're laughing at me, or there's whatever, I just kind of go like, it's probably something, or it wouldn't. I mean, it usually doesn't come out of nowhere. It's just that people tend to not like the delivery very much.
I'm going to drop a truth bomb.
So when somebody goes, well, he's a huge tub of lard, I kind of have to go, it's too accurate. Hurts the people in the fields.
I'm gonna drop a truth bomb. Are you ready to get angry, Sketch? Are you ready to clip this one? Are you ready? Have you got record to send this off to your hired editors? I mute and block people as much as I do because I know it pisses you off. That's the only reason. I know that if I censor people that are criticizing me, you'll have a fucking tantrum, and I think it's very funny. So there you go, Sketch. Enjoy.
So yeah, Felix, you are now and so is Smiling Bandita if you're still around it. So yeah, I sent you a link. I don't know if you can come in. Sometimes he's working. So
House of R says, I'm Sketch and so is my wife. And then Wiggle Wiggle says, I don't even know who's real anymore.
it's beginning a bit like this. I've never had this many people in the chat, so it's all a bit of a blur for me. I don't know how you guys do it.
No, it's great. You know, it's well, these are the people that they're all the cool kids. They're the cool kids club. I've got about 60 guys that routinely come onto my stream
absolutely.
and hang out. You all recognize all their names like Gospel of Comics, Stupendous, Delta Spurg, Voss, of course, Angus Khan. He's a long timer. Raptor Jesus is always great content, always good to talk to. David Smith, you know, Jason Black, definitely another good guy. I see he's a mod on your channel too. He's good at what he does. Blue Samurai, I mean, he's okay. He's all right, I guess.
I was a mod. I don't read enough.
And of course, David Feed, read me too. You don't need to read. You know, Poland, you're all right. You're all right. You were good on stream yesterday. You know, I enjoyed hanging out with you.
Poland's my another one of my wingmen. He's off. His mum today. So his mom. But yeah, he's been here every day. He's been with me here every day since I started this big week-long stream marathon. So it's good to see you here too, brother.
Poland and I got a chance to talk for a while last night. He's great, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I came in last night to see if you guys are still going, and you were. So I was like, wow, you guys must be having a really good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It was just good. It was good. It's nice to, plus I think we're both guys that work, like we can work and talk to other people at the same time, because when you're doing design or you're sketching or whatever, it's kind of nice to actually have a human being that you can interact with. So, yeah.
I'm simping for Poland. Yeah, I don't mind simping for Poland.
That's actually part of the That's actually part of the trick and how I got Odie up to about 3 to 4 pages a day in production speed. It's you've got to be present with them and talking to them and keeping them focused. You know, you sort of coach them through, but you keep it interesting, you keep it entertaining. It creates this sort of fun work environment where it's high energy and you can laugh back and forward and throw up a YouTube video here and there, and he'll just work like 2 or 3 times faster because he's having a good time. That's part of it, you know.
And then you've got to threaten him with glasses of oil when he doesn't get enough of those deadlines done.
Yeah. Which we're starting on today. I actually should pop over and see if he's awake because he probably was up about half an hour ago or 13 minutes ago. Let me check. We're about to buckle down into production on another thing.
Samurai.
Yes, sir.
What screen do you have shared in the back end there? It looks like corn to me.
I believe yes, it is.
Is there something you wanted to talk about corn?
No, that's just the window I had up earlier that was shared. It's just still there.
Okay. Were we talking about corn earlier?
No, I just have corn.
You just like corn. Okay.
It's just
cool.
corn.
Cool.
It's yeah.
Now Poland is simping for
It's a
James.
subtle prank I've been playing on you just to mess with your head for like an hour.
So does anyone know if Anna is streaming?
No, I'm not aware. I don't know.
Yeah, so she's sorry, I was just watching it. She's streaming with Cecil, but John's not on there.
Is he not able to get on?
He may not be able to get on YouTube.
I'm sure he is, but maybe he's just went to sleep. Maybe it's just
when you get struck, it doesn't take away your account or anything, does it? It's just you can't stream.
If you get three,
if you get 3, it can. Yeah.
There is a disclaimer that also says like they can just take your account away for any reason on your first strike. You know.
Yeah, they don't have to care. Okay, let's have some fun here because obviously we're hitting a point when we've actually now discussed why this is all bullcrap. I got the sketch pad out. What am I sketching tonight? Little CG action. Little find a campaign worth sketching.
Zach, because he's back.
Me, sketch me.
Zach is back?
Zach's back. That was the original title.
That was the original title of the show.
I saw it, but I didn't do anything about it because I'd missed it for an hour because I'm actually, well.
The original thing I was going to talk about was Ethan and Zach went on a stream together today, just the two of them, and they just talked for like a couple of hours, and Ethan was telling Zach basically, you got to get back onto streams, and he suggested bring back diversity in comics, do a big thing of it, and do regular streams. And Zach didn't completely dismiss it. And this is sort of the thing that we've been saying now, for a week.
Right.
Saying, Zach needs to kind of...
We've been saying it and we've been getting yelled at for saying it.
Yeah, we've been getting shit for saying it. Like Coz and I.
Really?
Yeah, we've been copping it. Like, you're trying to
bring
man, we've
been copping it. We're like, you guys are now trying... Even Cecil was hassling us about it. It's like, you're attacking, the father of Comicsgate. It's just like, nah, all we said was he should promote more.
Yeah.
Maybe not work with someone who claims that he's not Comicsgate and openly is anti-Comicsgate. I'm just saying. I mean, it's his call. He doesn't have to, but I mean, it does look hypocritical for him to be working with someone who says fuck his customer when the whole movement is built upon saying fuck you to the people who say fuck the customer.
Now, has that contractor actually said has actually crapped on the customers and not just Comicsgate name individuals? Because I don't know.
That's a lot of what I see. I don't. With all due respect, guys, I don't know enough, so keep in mind I'm a moron, but
we're all morons deep down in our hearts.
Subject. But what I've seen, honestly, from Sashi, if that's who you're talking about, or other people that it seems like sometimes guys really get along with or don't get along with, I've just seen her kind of be who she is, and to some degree I kind of go, hey, good for you, because that's how I would be. Like, I don't think I would act that much differently.
Okay, so dude, let's say you're working.
Let's say I can't buy Zach's book. I can't support Zach if Zach hires a letterer or a cover artist or somebody doing something that I don't like. I should just go like, yeah, but do I like the work or not? Because
no. I'm totally the opposite. I'm totally the opposite way. If you hire someone,
Liam, please wait.
Yeah, no, that's what I want to say is like there are guys out there that make good books that I don't agree with, that I still like their stuff. I just still like their stuff.
Yeah, but if you hire someone and they turn around and tell all of your customers, man, that you're not Comicsgate and that's why they hire you, are you still cool with that? Are you still cool with that? Because that's exactly what she did.
Am I still cool with that?
Yeah, if you're hiring someone and they come out and they're in Comicsgate and they come out and they say, oh yeah,
Liam,
he hired me because
Liam, most of the comic book creators on the earth right now that are working in the business are not Comicsgate.
And would you
I can't buy a sexy Frank Cho picture because he's a tool bag is the day I tell them, fuck you, I don't do what you tell me. However, I don't buy Frank Cho stuff because he said that. So it's not that I don't agree with what you're saying. It's that I don't agree with anyone telling me what I can and cannot buy.
No, you can buy anything you want. I'm just saying it's hypocritical. And what the fuck's up with hypocrites?
Right.
Again, like it's.
I understand your position.
It's not hard. It's not hard standing by what you claim to believe in. I don't know why people pretend it's so hard and have all these fucking double standards. Like, it's strange to me.
Well, that's why, but the same thing is that you guys do a lot of that with Disney Plus. I don't spend $1 on Disney and they say, fuck the customer. Like, maybe you want to watch Mandalorian. Maybe it's the coolest thing that Star Wars has done in a really, really long time, and they're finally doing something right. And that's what you want to do. I just don't buy it because, like, why would I give money to Disney? Like, fuck Disney. I just don't think they're a well-run company, and I don't think they even respect their employees.
It's different when you've got no social media presence. You take down your social media presence. You hire someone that is anti-Comicsgate, and then that person in anti-Comicsgate says, "Yes, he hired me. I'm not Comicsgate. It's because he's not Comicsgate too." It's like, well, you literally just let her say to the entire fucking fan base, like, "Fuck you guys. He doesn't care about Comicsgate. He's not part of what you're doing." And it's like, how's that meant to make the customer feel? Like, are we just no different to the fucking mainstream? Are we exactly the fucking same? No. That's not what we should be. We should be better. We should be fucking better for sure. And it's just it's difficult for me to swallow. It's something I've wrestled with the last week or so, and I just don't understand why it is the way that it is, because it just seems so polar opposite to everything. Like, I don't know. But yeah.
All right, let me get some clarification here, Liam. Because some things, even though I watched most of the first and all of the second stream you did on Sashi, let me see if I got this straight. With getting rid of the pronouns, are you telling, or too many pronouns, man? Are you telling us that I'm going to make this very simple yeses and nos. Are you telling us that Sashi was hired by Zach and then ran around telling other people Zach's not really Comicsgate?
Yes, immediately.
Okay. And none of this someone. All right. So then as stupid as that is, my real curiosity is, where has Sashi shit on the fans? Oh, sorry, Michael, your daughter's listening.
Oh, guys, I apologize. I didn't know there were kids that were able to listen to this stream.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
That's my own. My wife will turn it off if people start.
No, I'll actually adhere to that because I got kids. I don't cuss around the kids.
Hold on. Stuff's going on. Hold on. I've got to do some dog stuff. Hold on.
All right. Well, guys, anyway.
When Liam comes back, I'll let you guys get back to that. I would just say that I just don't let other people I just don't let other people tell me what I buy and what I don't buy.
I'm actually going in that direction, where a lot of people say, you can't hire her at all. Other people say, oh, she only did a poster. Some people are yelling slippery slope, blah, blah, blah. And one of the points I want to drive at is there have been a lot of rules about grabbing your ore, for example. That's just an example, where we kind of interpersonally, tyrannically try to push on each other, which is what you're saying you won't stand for. And what I'm driving at is there are things where what Zach is doing may be unwise if she craps on the fans and the Comicsgate group that she's crapping on, not the creators she might not like because of prior interpersonal strife, but actual, like, just saying, oh, if you buy these books, like referring to me, for example, even though she doesn't even know I exist. If there's that, those are slightly different, and I think it's a little unwise of Zach to hire somebody who craps on his money base, but that's just unwise. If that's not happening, okay, it's not happening. But then anybody suggesting that I don't have my own standards for how far I let somebody take this before I choose not to buy from them is where it falls off. They don't decide that for me. I do. I just need to know what's going on. And, until I found out that was Sashi, I was really happy. I really didn't care because, I didn't know.
Wow, guys. I'm just checking something here on, let's see, Andrew Huerta retweeted Eddie Winkler's Sovereign Wolf. Getting very close now. Another colored interior pinup completed. Sovereign Wolf. Art Lucas Meyer. Colors Dijo Lima. Dijo Lima. Dijjolima. Sovereign Wolf. And this, you won't be able to see it on this, but is one of the coolest images I have ever seen in a CG book.
Yeah, it is amazing. Well, his book is amazing, and yeah, you're exactly right. That Sovereign looks freaking sick.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
But just to go back onto,
and as an artist, you just go like, I'm going to go in the corner.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's got a look to it, that Sovereign Wolf book. Just going back, all we've been saying on this channel anyway over the last week is just, me personally, I just wish Zach was streaming again. It sounds like he will be, and I'm very happy about that because he always downplays how good he is on streams. He's great on streams, and he really does. That's sort of where this whole Comicsgate was built, because just of how good he is on streams, and as well, he's not going to come back onto Twitter. But I had said personally, I think he should come back onto Twitter, even if it's not just for him. He's not going to be there. It's just purely promotional, just putting things in, just so people can have something to share, because it's not very often on Twitter. It's just the nature of Twitter that you will go out of your way to share someone else's thing. Usually, most of the time, you're just retweeting what the creator has put out there. So anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on it. I know, like, we could just keep going round and round and round in circles over this Sashi thing, and you know, some people have their opinions, other people have others. My opinion is, you know, CG is the fans will back with their wallet. Liam obviously has really intense opinions on this, and it sounds like
I'm getting some stuff done. I'm not trying to avoid conversation.
Understood.
Yeah.
oh good.
Let me,
You,
if Liam's listening, let me read out how dodgy this Chinese company is.
go for it. Yeah, hit us up.
Yeah.
If you want to
All
share a
right.
screen too, feel free.
Oh no, I'm doing too many things at once here.
Okay, yeah, just read it up.
Yeah.
Sure. Hit us, Liam. Hit us, Oz. You got it?
Sorry, my kid was in there. In May
All right.
2018, it was reported that Lee had filed a lawsuit. So Stanley filed a lawsuit for $1 billion against the entertainment company for stealing the rights to his name and likeness, among other complaints.
$1 billion.
$1 billion for stealing his name and likeness.
Against the Chinese company?
Against the Chinese company?
Yep.
So they don't own it. Okay.
No, they
be
purchased
true.
it in 2017, and then a year later, Stanley sued them for stealing his the rights to his name and likeness in perpetuity, because that's what they sold to this Chinese company. It was essentially Stanley.
Which would mean Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is 100% using his likeness as a character. And
Yeah, so they probably brokered a deal with this company. Both parties had conspired and agreed to broker a sham deal to sell POW, that's the company, to a company in... Yeah?
Is POW the Chinese company, or is that...
Well, it is now. So POW was the company that Stan Lee set up with this other guy. And now the other guy was really dodgy. And essentially what happened was...
so the other guy sold the rights.
Well, the company went bankrupt, and then they sold the company. Well, this Chinese company took over. But they kept this other guy as like president of the US operations, and shut out Stanley. And then they started using Stanley's name for everything. So the lawsuit was that they sold POW to a company in China, and fraudulently stole Stanley's identity, name, image, and likeness as part of a nefarious scheme to benefit financially at Lee's expense. In addition, the lawsuit claimed that the defendants had obtained Lee's signature illegally in order to obtain the exclusive right to use Lee's name, identity, image, and likeness on a worldwide basis in perpetuity, against the wishes of Lee, among several other complaints detailed in the suit. In July 2018, so that was when he was really sick, it was reported that Lee had dropped the lawsuit. So, and then he died in November. So basically he knew he was dying, so he dropped it. And so it hasn't been fought. They haven't been able to fight it because he died. And so yeah, this dodgy Chinese company owns all of his image and his name and everything.
So they're the ones who get the money, do they, from all of these, cameo appearances in all these movies?
And they bought it from what company?
Only if there were royalties going out, because Stanley was still alive when he did those. They probably paid him a fee, and they probably paid this other company a fee to use it as well, just to not go through legal process.
So Felix is saying that Tug was struck tonight as well.
I just tweeted at him asking that and giving a link to the internal link to this video.
Okay, I'm back. Everything is sorted out. The dogs are fed. There's no more noise. Everything's quiet down. So, I'm
So
back.
yeah, it could be like
So who is this company that the Chinese bought Stan Lee's rights from?
It was a company that Stan Lee and his friends set up. So it was called POW Entertainment, and basically that was behind the Stripperella cartoon and all the other stuff that Stan Lee was doing.
Who would
But it
have
got
thought
into financial
Stripperella would be
problem.
shady?
And they bought it out. Okay.
Yeah, so they bought it out, but then they shut out Stan Lee and installed this other guy, his friend. And they just started using Stan Lee's name to promote everything. And so Stan Lee sued them for $1 billion, but then he basically died before it could go anywhere.
Mhm.
And now his daughter, JC Lee, announced in August that the Stanley estate would move to distance itself from this Chinese company after the arrest of its chairwoman, and holds the position that Pao and Kamsing does not have the rights to Stanley's name, likeness, or legacy, given the illegal activities that have been alleged to have gone on during the purchase of Pao from Stanley. So it's still up in limbo of who owns it, but I assume that they just keep charging people for it. It's like that dude that kept on charging people for the song Happy Birthday. He claimed he owned the copyright of it, and whenever it was in the movies and that, he kept charging money for it. And then they just found out like 2 years ago that actually he didn't. And all these companies were just paying him money for nothing.
Yeah, I remember that being a massive thing. That they're saying we can finally have Happy Birthday in the movies now because the copyright's over. So that guy was just scamming them the whole time, just selling them a bridge the whole time.
Okay, that's actually funny.
Mhm.
It's wrong.
Yeah, so it looks like everyone's saying that heaps of people are getting struck today.
Yeah. YouTube is on a frenzy, fellas.
It's
Or
hard
someone
to.
is.
Yeah. Like it. Is this people sort of, is this just YouTube doing this, or what is this? Is this
Well, ultimately, it's YouTube's platform, so they're the ones that are allowing it. They're the ones that are making the rules that no one can follow, because rules no one can read and see. No one can see exactly what's going on. No one's given an infraction code. So it's like, well, if you don't have an infraction code, you can just base it off of feelings and get me kicked. Well, then I know your platform is bullcrap. So I know. Because the rest of us have rules. It's like rule number 1, you don't punch a bear. You know what I mean? Like they're just basic rules to life. Well, YouTube doesn't have basic rules to life. They go, well, anything that seems offensive. It's YouTube. Everything's offensive to someone. Somebody's offended by something.
Yeah, but copyright strikes are different from content strikes. Content strikes are anything that YouTube finds offensive. But copyright strike it's a third party that comes in and says.
So it has to be. It has to say. For instance, it has to be this Chinese.
Not be able to prove it. That's the thing. They don't have to prove it to YouTube before his channel gets struck. You know what I'm saying?
No. But content strikes are what YouTube do to you. Copyright strikes are what other people say do to you through YouTube. Like that's the difference. If you have porn on your channel or whatever, YouTube takes you down. They give you a guideline strike and they strip you of your channel. But if you have a picture of Stan Lee on your channel, YouTube doesn't bring you down. A third company puts in a copyright claim. They put an automatic strike on your channel, and then you have to fight the copyright claim.
Jeez.
The thing I don't understand is how they choose to restrict streaming rights, because you can get a copyright strike like all the time and then it can just go away. I don't quite understand why certain people or certain times you get your streaming rights taken away for 90 days.
Well, and also, isn't it a bit suspicious that it seems to be like so many big people in Comicsgate tonight are being struck? Like, why is that happening all of a sudden?
It's fake.
Well, why
it's to bring
is
us
it
all
one
together.
video that we
It's to
did
bring
like
us
3
together.
days ago or whatever? How long ago did we do that video? It was what, 4 or 5 days ago?
Yeah, it was some point during this week. Yeah, 3 or 4 days, I reckon. But now it all seems to be happening right now.
No, it's good. It's good. It's like I mean, this is call me preachy, but I believe in God. I believe there's no such thing as coincidence. And now we get to bring together all the people that've been fucked by this, and we get to talk about it for a week. It'll be good content. It'll be good content. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, except we got no channels to discuss it on.
Yet here we are. Our voices persevering.
Just
Our
wait.
voices persevering. Reaching out. How many people are watching?
And
Do we still have 69 viewers?
47, but yeah, I'm not as radiant as Liam yet, so I can't hold them on. But this is your and our chance, Oz. It's our chance to rise up in the wake of all this.
I've got this cool
So
picture of
your
Mickey
channel,
Mouse I've drawn. Can you put it up?
Yep. Where is it?
You're fucking too easy, man. I'll take down your channel, quick smart.
CG World Order asked earlier what this wasp is. This is from Eddie Winkler's Sovereign Wolf. So pretty much all of the art that he's put out looks like this. Everything I've seen so far.
I'm a little bit unsure that he should have done that.
Should've
I
done
love
what?
Sovereign Wolf. I think it looks really good, but I think that
I have a wasp.
I think making wasp enemies when Ethan's whole brand is Cyberfrog fights wasps is dangerous territory. Not that Ethan's going to do anything. It's just like I looked at this and I assumed it was something from Ethan's work. You know what I mean?
I must admit, when I zoomed down and I saw that wasp abdomen, that's the first thing I thought of was the Vespers.
Yeah,
but I know that the other stuff I've
Ethan
seen
created a new character. That's cool.
The other thing that I've seen is he's got like flying Batmen and werewolves, obviously, and vampires.
I really like his werewolf stuff. I like the book looks fantastic. It's amazing. He's probably trying to do a bit of a homage thing here in some regard, but I'm just.
Why is it the main antagonist or is it just one of?
We have no idea. We're just going off this image.
Yeah, it's probably just one more creature he's trying.
That's what I thought. Just another creature in the mix.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not going to be an issue. It's just like me looking at it, I was honestly thinking like it's even in a sort of very similar style to Ethan's. And I was like,
but it's a heaps tougher looking wasp than Ethan's wasps.
Yeah, but I assume that there's going to be cool stuff that he hasn't revealed yet. You know what I mean? Like I assume there's a bunch of stuff that we haven't seen because this is just the drones.
Yeah.
So,
do we just lose someone? Where is it? But maybe the Vespers is more about the numbers. Like it seems like Cyberfrog can really kill them pretty easily, but there's so many.
Yeah, but we don't know. We haven't gotten deeper into the hives. We don't know what their greater potential is. We don't know what their superior forms are. We don't know what the queen looks like. Stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I'm thinking.
This guy's got armor on.
I always think big picture.
Well, they can build spaceships and travel through space, so they must have a full structure.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a dope-ass picture. I know that.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that it looks bad. It looks fucking phenomenal. Like the art is fantastic.
Looks like the old Legion of Doom from the WWE.
I just realized we could all just start doing books that were just hornets and just a bunch of hornets, wasps, and yellow jackets, and frogs everywhere. That's like amphibians. Literally just a bunch of insects warring against amphibians, and we'll probably sell that book.
That's kind of like life outside my window. I want to escape insects and amphibians and poisonous creatures.
Everyone hates wasps.
Until you see the robotic frog monster. So great, and it would be awesome. And I would actually probably back that because of that. It's such good work. Look at that. Like the anatomy is great. It's just on point. Coloring is monster. There's one thing that they messed up on the coloring as far as just one guy's opinion, one dork's opinion. When you zoom out for a second, I want to show you this. See his wings? The way that they lay in? Now zoom back in a little bit. The issue that I have with it is that you can't really see through the wings very well to see what's behind them. He would have been really dope to go ahead and kind of finish some of the line structure behind him and then just give it a little bit of translucency so that you could see through the wings a bit.
Yeah, now I can't unsee.
Mind blowing. Yeah, it just would have.
You wouldn't have even had to do all either. You just do a little bit. He doesn't
Yeah,
even
exactly.
need to be kind of
Very
wide.
little that would have worked. He could even just airbrush it right over the top of the wings, just like some of the blue and some of the where the lines are in the ceiling, and you would still see it. You just don't do it as much as you get closer to the veins, because the veins are where everything gets a little bit thicker and heavier. And that would just be so cool.
Alex, that's a great idea. He said, I dreamed of Cyber Heather last night. Her cyber tech, unlike Cyberfrog, was more like Witchblade. That's a cool idea.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. You should dump that in Ethan's chat
That's
sometime.
a good dream.
Yeah.
Good dream.
Gospel of Comic needs the pin up now. Make it happen. Well, he said Alex says he wishes he'd do something great with her as a hero. Well, we don't know.
The other thing,
We don't
though,
know.
sort of, if
It looks like
heroes
she's
are
being
up,
fought for her.
yeah, if he heroes are up too much, he sort of takes her away from the sort of like regular woman surviving in a sort of post-apocalyptic world. Sort of like the hero mother thing. That's it's always was a big line that had to sort of straddle with Julia Carpenter. Makes it a little bit harder to sort of tell stories. But I'm not saying don't do it either. I have controversial opinions all the time. I just say shit that gets me in trouble.
That's all right, Liam. That's why you have so many people watching your streams.
I say
yeah. Well, there's different ways to be a hero. You can just like different ways to like help out.
Yeah, exactly. I think that
people now.
Yeah. You've also got to think about the economy of pages as well. Like all of that's something that like I'm dealing with currently. It's like all of the pages you give to someone else being awesome is less pages you can give to Cyberfrog being awesome. And how awesome do you want everyone to know Cyberfrog is? Like
that's a huge issue, I think, with a lot of TV shows, modern TV shows. Like they'll have a cool person that comes on as a bit of a sidekick or just someone to bounce off, and then they'll just either in the second season or at some point they'll just make that person way cooler, and it's like the student becomes way better inexplicably and just takes up all the screen time pretty much, and it just diminishes the hero. Happens all the time. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's pretty common. You see it. It's just riding hype. Who works? Who clicks? But yeah, no, I agree.
Alex, this is what the chat is for. In CG chats, you can talk about your crazy, wacky dreams.
Thunderbird says it's the Fonzie effect.
Ah, yeah. Well, I don't think that was deliberate. That was just, he was. I think that's just something that happened. They couldn't have said, we're going to make the coolest kind of guy that's going to become an icon. That was just, what's his name? Henry Winkler. He just took control. Mm-hmm. So everyone who hasn't, that art that we had up earlier, that's his Sovereign Wolf Clan Destiny. I've talked about it a bit on this channel. I know guys like John Malin and EVS definitely think it looks really cool. You just saw the art. The guy is really starting to get himself out there more and more on Twitter. He's popped on a few streams. He's not super confident yet, but I've heard that he definitely wants to be. So you can go sign up to his pre-launch page there with that link.
You should be.
Yeah, you just got to kind of get yourself out there and just be terrible for a little bit, and then hopefully things will start getting better.
So have you,
Alex,
sold any more books? You sold any more books? What's going on with your campaign? What's the Fonzie?
Yeah. Does anyone else want to explain the Fonzie effect? Or
I'll just say
I can say it. Yeah, you go for it.
No, I'll just say it wrong.
Well, it's just Fonzie came on as a character on Happy Days. Happy Days was a story about a family, the Cunninghams, I believe it was.
Cunningham,
and
show.
Yeah, and
I grew up with reruns. Yeah,
Fonzie, yeah, me too. Fonzie was just that guy. He was like, he's got the leather jacket, and it was just Henry Winkler. It was just everything clicked for him. That character, he became an icon for many, many years, and still is. Henry Winkler still gets cameo roles in movies. Because of that role, and he's a funny guy. He's got that self-deprecating sense of humor about him. But anyway, in the show, he just stole the show. I mean, everyone's favorite character was the Fonzie, and I don't think it was ever
Easily.
planned like that.
Well, easily their
And yeah, far and beyond. I don't even remember anyone's name in that show. I remember their faces, but
well, Scott Leo did
things
pretty well
like
on it, too.
was he? See, I didn't even remember him in that
Scott
show. That's
Baio
how
was
brightly
the young
Fonzie.
Italian dude that, like, he was kind of the young heartthrob guy that like a lot of girls like. So they actually gave him a spin-off series of his own, I think.
Right, yeah. Well, there you go. I didn't catch that one. What is got some insider goss here. Fonzie was modeled after Sylvester Stallone, Henry Winkler, and Sly Old Buddies. That's cool.
Nice.
Have a gothic artist here. Hey man, how you going? Have you seen Barry? Who's Barry? And if I don't know who he is, I probably haven't seen him. Or maybe I have and I just didn't know.
I'm gonna bail out. Because I'm gonna grab probably about 4 or so hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, and then I'm gonna get up and do work.
Yep.
With it.
Liam, you're awesome. Don't let it get you down, brother.
Oh no, I'm all good. Being awesome gets me down
Liam,
every day, but there are other things that keep me going. You know.
All right.
thanks so much for coming on, man. And even though you said it's not my fault, I still feel super bad that this has happened. And hopefully you're about to hit
49,835.
Back another copy of Xenotype, and we'll call
49,835. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Get him to $50,000.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
There's got to be enough people in this chat right now to get him to $50,000.
There's got to be people in here. Come on.
All the people here are people that have already bought my book because they're
they're all the people that I recognize from your stream. So yeah.
So yeah, no, but I want to say thanks, Fat Man. I'm gonna sleep for a bit, then I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna work on Xenotype, and if you figure out what's going on with our stream tonight, I'll get that happening, and I'll hit me up on DMs, and I should be there. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for having me on. Stay awesome, and fuck Communist China. Thank you, and good night.
Liam Gray out. Mic drop. Boom. Yeah, and the Lucent. I think I've got another backer. Did that happen just now?
What do you got?
I think I was on 158 earlier. So yeah, thank you to whoever backed that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. No. I've got a stretch goal. Let me scroll down. It takes a while on my page because I've got nice, cool image. My images are so cool that they take a while to load. And on my potato Australian internet, here it is. Here, so it's 7,500. This is a work in progress. If I've got this, hope I've got this on the screen. I do. At 7,500, this will become a full color gloss print that will go into every backer's package that they receive. It'll be this size here. This will be the size. So it's about that big. It's a bit bigger than the book itself, and same size as the head sketch. And yeah, so I'm working on this right now. I'm going to color it up. It's going to be all glossy and cool. It's going to be sick. So yeah, that's sort of right around the corner. I was worried when I made that 7,500 that it would take too long to get there, but Comicsgate came out to bat for me, and I've got a bunch of backers in the last couple of days. And that is thanks to Liam, because he had me on the show and talking about
awesome.
The Lucent yesterday, and also Mandy Summers. She had me on. That was cool. So yeah, thanks all you guys.
Blue Samurai's back. What's up?
Samurai, what happened, man? Where'd you go? You here?
He's
not here.
Still not. Or maybe he's muted, but yes. Chaotic Neutral said, wow, so chat, I missed what happened. Did China strike the Stan Lee thing? Just make sure I heard that correctly. Okay, it's not China so much as it was apparently a Chinese-owned company that looks like they're full of swindling happiness and is trying to claim that they own all of Stan Lee in perpetuity in any of his image, which I find mildly hilarious, only because Disney opened the door to this kind of crap. And they played these games with other people. Remember when they were trying to go after people for having a tattoo, and DC was like, hey, we're going to go after people who are having tattoos. I think it might have been DC that was doing that too. Like, if you have a tattoo of Batman and Superman or whatever, that's a copyright strike. Like, they were literally trying to go after tattoo artists for using what they wanted to be put on their own body. So when these big companies,
incredible, I never heard that.
Ironic crap like that, it always backfires.
Yeah. But it's super easy for them through the YouTube system to just come on and just bang strike. Drop the hammer on channels. So I got a strike on my channel a few days ago because of that Stan Lee thing. Oz says it's because of the image. They own the kind of the cartoon image. They've trademarked the cartoon image of Stan Lee. So I drew that cartoon myself. It's Stan Lee's likeness apparently, which is debatable, but there was impersonation as well, and so that was taken down. I thought, okay, well that's the end of it, and I'm not going to put up any more Stan Lee cartoons, for example. But now, all of a sudden, tonight, a whole bunch of Comicsgate channels have been struck. So we're talking Tug, John Malin, some others I can't remember off the top of my head. So you guys in the chat will know. They're all happening now, and Liam got struck. He can't actually stream for 10 days now. But I'm streaming right now. I was the one who made the video and uploaded it. All he did was play it. So what James was saying earlier, that's like striking CNN for, showing something on the news.
Yeah, Liam didn't go out.
It's just
image on a T-shirt, right? Like he wasn't going out there to try to profit on it. He was out there saying, "I'm reporting on it. Here's your face." If somebody takes a screenshot of this right now and then they use my image on their report about me, the report could be a lie. And if the report is a lie, then that's slander. Or if it's put in print, that's libel. I believe it's actually with anything with media, it's technically libel. Slander if it's just gossip on Twitter. But here's if it's a lie, and you have to be able to show that that isn't true. But by the way, it says a judge threw it out of court as soon as the Disney lawyer made his case. Ryan.
That's the tattoo thing.
Nice, and which was dumb anyway because it's like it's my body and I did what I did. If I draw on it, you can't really say anything about it. At the same time, if I'm some guy that just goes like, "Hey, dude, I take a shot of Michael Bancroft, I do a report on Michael Bancroft," that's news. That's just how media works, and it actually is different. The laws are different when you're just doing media. And so when somebody like Tim, what's his name, Timcast. What's Tim's last name from Timcast?
Pool.
Tim Pool.
Tim Pool. If he actually does a show and he puts Michael Bancroft on there and goes, "Hey, this is a thing that I'm seeing. I'm actually seeing a lot of these bloggers, blah, 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 or YouTubers do such and such and such." You just kind of hear it in your head. You can just hear his voice doing it. And he shows a picture of Michael Bancroft as one of the people that he's seen. Oh, a lot of these people from all over the world are jumping in with their channels. You know what I'm saying? You kind of hear his voice rattling. But when we see that image flashes up there, you don't get to sue Tim Pool for showing something that he put out there. Stan Lee put his image everywhere. So when people put it out there, or when they draw their own of it, shouldn't the Stan Lee cartoon be protected under parody? Yes, but that was not parody. It's not parody usage. It was a media usage of looking at it and going like, "Hey, this is the person, blah, blah, blah." Now, they can go, "We created that image," and you can't just use that particular image. So maybe that was their call. Maybe they said, like, "Well, we created that, so you have a copyright strike, but not for media." You can use it, like you can't use it in, you basically can't use it in commerce. Like you can't sell the image. You can't reprint and duplicate the image. But you can report on it. You guys understand the difference?
So that little disclaimer he put at the end of about this may not have happened. Wait, by the way, do I sound like Mickey Mouse?
No.
All right, good.
No.
The little disclaimer at the end about this may have never happened. That was a good move.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. And even if it was parody or not parody, it doesn't matter because they just will strike you because it's Stan Lee and they own Stan Lee. And you've got to just kind of either fight it out with them or just take it down. I think that's the whole kind of the way the whole thing works. They can just kind of do what they want and take you down. And Liam sounds like he wants to fight it. I don't know. I was happy to just take it down. It's like it was just a stupid joke. It was an in the moment thing. I always just look for some funny, silly content to put up, try and get something up every day on the channel.
Yeah, but then
I thought that was really funny.
That sounds like parody.
What's that?
Well, then that would be parody, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to me, it was a joke. It was a funny joke. I thought it was. I made it clear that it was a joke. It was just
like parody. Then I think Thunderbird is right. That's parody.
Yeah, I think specifically it's satire. That you're mimicking the way Stan Lee has that.
Basically SNL.
Yeah, you're mimicking his funny expression vocally. That's satire.
Yeah. So when SNL say does Sean Connery on Jeopardy, right? Even though it's just Sean Connery, like a impersonation of Sean Connery, and even though they're not explicitly trying to sell something with Sean Connery's image, they are selling something. They're selling their show. They're trying to get eyeballs on their show so that they can sell ads to people. That's sort of how I was looking at it. Like I have this funny content. I think it's hilarious. It's a funny impersonation. I find impersonations to be hilarious. And it's it's a cute little thing. It's 2 minutes long. I put it up there, and you just forget content to make people smile and laugh. That's all it was for. People want to think otherwise.
All right, so I'm kind of sketching away. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this at all, but sketching away on.
Let me bring it up.
So I can get some light on it.
Yeah, the contrast is a bit low. There you go. Is Silkworm? Who's that?
Silkworm. That's
Yeah,
right.
cool.
Silkworm, which means
Nice.
Zach did an identifiable enough character that I could sit here and sketch him out, and you could name him pretty quickly. That's a good character.
Yeah. No, he's I'm so happy to hear that Zach said that he said he's got a new router, so his internet's better, and he seemed whereas before he was a bit not really taking Ethan seriously, when Ethan has kind of been saying, you've got to get on the stream, you got to get out there.
I think
tonight
probably triple the amount of business that he's doing.
That's all I've been saying. Like, I'm a big fan of Zach. Obviously, he's probably one of the biggest reasons why I'm sitting here right now doing this.
Me too.
So I think his campaign should be doing kind of a lot better. Yeah, like you're saying, triple perhaps than what they're doing. He does really well, and he doesn't need my help. But this is my personal opinion that if he gets out there and reconnects a bit with the chat, because in my experience, like Comicsgate is the chat. I want to get on these streams and I want to get in there and chat and talk to the people in the chat, and sometimes the people on the stream will pull up your comment and they'll talk about it, and that's what makes Comicsgate so special. I'm really happy to hear that you might be doing that again.
Michael, is it all right if I explain something to someone right before my browser crashed and took the entire computer with it? Is it all right if I'd like to answer what somebody said earlier when I was discussing what I see to be an overblown, ridiculous situation in terms of basically just don't tell me what to do, I'll make my own decisions.
Yep.
Somebody said nobody's telling anybody what to do, and of course we were talking about Sashi and Zach.
Yep.
But for me, I originally wanted to start my explanation qualified back a bit in terms of how the culture has changed a bit with not certain ideas in John Malin's grab and ore thing, but the way people handle it and the way people, I watch people argue with each other about you're not doing enough. And granted, I know that I found out later there's some pre-existing personal animus there for idiot reasons or not. In the people who were arguing, but it becomes, why are they telling another creator or you're not doing enough for the promote each other CG cause, when the creator is trying to say, I'm doing all I can and there's little I can do and my co-creator is carrying the weight, blah, 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 whatever it was. That's where I see the attitudes changing. And then it comes around to what the question everybody avoids is, why is Zach exempt? And I brought that out earlier. I didn't get to type fast enough to answer it. And I brought it out in the chat on Ethan's stream today, trying to show this is a stupid culture we're creating with people getting on each other's cases. Oh, but then Zach is exempt from all of those standards. Maybe there's a problem with the standards, or if not the standards themselves, then how we're handling them. And that's really what I'm driving at, which boils down eventually to let me make my decisions about, any particular. Hi, Jason. We're not telling anyone what to do. Okay, but this is the angle I was coming from. I've been watching Attitude shift. It's a little discomforting, and I'm very much like James. I'm not liking the culture. I'm not keeping a low profile anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not liking how the culture is changing. I'm not keeping a low profile anymore. That may put me in some danger, but we all have. It really is less of a question of right and wrong and more of a question of wisdom. And that's where I brought out, like, hey, if your audience is in one place, maybe it's not too smart, but that's not the same as wrong. And then what are my criteria? And that's what I already discussed earlier. So, but I do need to read through Jason Black's comments to make sure that I get right exactly what he was trying to put across to me. So, Jason, I don't mean to ignore you. And just make sure I understand him. That's it.
All right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I don't really I think the whole Sashi thing it went on for like the last week, and we kind of didn't get anywhere. But I think the discussion will continue going forward. I just don't know if my hashtag blame Bancroft. Yeah, let's get that started. I have no problem with that. Yeah,
you crashed my computer, Bancroft.
Blame me for everything. CG World Order says any book that doesn't get fulfilled now from now on is my fault. I can't remember what that joke was from, but where was that comment from Jason earlier? I'm looking. There we go. How it should have ended does parody DC and Marvel characters every week. There's no way this strike will hold up. Yeah, exactly. And it's they might say, well, we're not selling anything. It's just our channel. Of course, you're selling something. You're getting eyeballs on your channel. You're building an audience. When you're building an audience, when you're entertaining people, that's part of how you sell. I mean, even if they don't have Superman standing there saying, buy Coke or whatever. But I know that they probably just hired some lawyers and just deal with that stuff. I don't know. It's it all seems really silly and vindictive and yeah. What's going on here? Wiggle. He backed Oddity Figure and we're posting video of painting skill on YouTube. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Like, it would be really nice to see some more figures come out, and I would definitely be interested in watching that. I love watching people do stuff with their hands on YouTube. You can do all kinds of there's so much stuff going on out there, man. People making guitars and people making all sorts of cool stuff. I love seeing, especially people. I love the people who do. They get a piece of clay and they just make like a Batman or whatever. It could be anything, and it just comes out so amazing. It's better than what you can buy in a store. That's for sure.
Nice.
Train going by.
What happened to Mr. Gray?
What happened to him?
He bailed. He did leave you a message. I'll pass that on. He just said he's going to talk to Odie, get some work done, and he said, if you can get anything organized for tonight on your channel, to let him know and see if you guys can.
On my channel?
Ozart's channel.
Ah.
Did I say Samurai? Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Well, I might have to leave and set up my StreamYards and everything.
Sure thing, man. Well, thanks for coming and giving us the lowdown on the Chinese angle there.
No worries, man. We'll catch you on our show to promote your book.
Yeah, sure, brother. Thanks so much, man.
All right. Hail chat. Hail James Dean Anderson. Hail Blue Samurai. Hail Sketch Therapy.
See you guys.
See you.
See you.
All right, I've got some filler for a lull, if that's okay. Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, go for it.
And you'll think of something better to talk about in a moment. Take the tape off. All right, belly cam. So
the infamous pajama cam.
Yes, except these are just gym shorts. All right, so we got the subwoofer in the car, and I need to turn it down just a hair, but it made an old Midnight Oil CD sound wonderful. Really filled in a lot.
The oil.
And
Nice.
sorry, what's
Yeah,
that?
the oil, Midnight Oil.
Oh,
Yeah, they're Aussie.
I've loved them since. I know I've loved them since high school. But this from a cassette is part of my childhood, and if I can aim, I listened to this so many times. Except it's out of focus. There we go.
Yeah,
This is. Can you read that?
Not really. It's just blurry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just all blurry.
Well,
Jason Black says, "Docks the belly."
It's by Rolf Harris.
CSEG World Order. Thanks for stopping by, man.
So that's the "Tie Me Kangaroo
Thanks,
Down"
brother.
song.
Wolf Harris. Yeah, well, do you know what happened to Wolf Harris?
Not exactly, although I do know this is the uncensored version, where I thought they were talking about the crook in your arm called an elbow. Yeah, that one. I was a kid.
Yeah, well, we all grew up with Rolf Harris as kids. Turned out he was a kiddie fiddler, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's always bad. Why is it always bad news?
Dude, I grew up with like a lot of.
Yeah, I know.
my
Sorry.
dad had, and they were all like comedy or music or old soul records or old country western and everything. And man, I grew up listening to Bill Cosby records. That didn't turn out well at all.
No.
No. I mean, we all
I
watched Bill
remember seeing
Cosby.
the Brown Hornet when I was a kid, and I'm like, superheroes are awesome. I like superheroes.
Yeah, and this guy Rolf Harris, he was all kids would like play his music because it was just kind of kid friendly. He had a wobble board, like just a board, a big kind of metal board, and it would go wobble, 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 and that was what he would play with. And he'd sing these songs like "Tie Me Kangaroo Down."
Dude, if you're sitting there with a wobble board and doing kid songs, yeah, you're creepy.
He had you know what he had? He had 3 legs. He had like special pants that had a leg in the middle, and he could walk with it. It was we loved it. Yeah, and then in his later years it all came out, and yeah, not good at all.
You know, that's funny. When I have 3 legs in my pants, I don't want to show children that. I think you Aussies are following some weird folk. I think that was the most. Frankly, that was. I have to leave now and go cry in a corner. That was a terrifying story. He had 3 legs. He went with 3 legs for a children's show. That's
What the hell?
so bad. God, it's so bad.
I mean, now we know, but what were people thinking then?
Like, I can't be the first person to have pointed this out. There's no way that the entire continent of Australia that no one has bothered to point out that he went with 3 legs.
It was an innocent time back then. It was the 80s. It was the 80s. It was a much more innocent time.
It's good.
Smiling Bandito's out. Thanks for stopping by, brother. You're always welcome here. Thanks so much for being here. Glad you enjoyed your wrench too, by the way. Jake the Peg. Yeah, that's it. Thunderbird remembers. Jake the Peg with the extra leg. That was it. Jeez.
Oh, that's so bad. So bad.
How do I go back to not knowing this?
I know. Like just a moment ago, I had the world was slightly more innocent. Like,
oh man, here we go.
I can't be the first person to have complimented. Oh, Bill Cosby himself. Great record. That was a great record. Dude, his record 200 miles per hour was amazing.
He was known as he was America's dad, wasn't he? That's what everyone
America's dad. Yeah, it was the Cosby Show.
And then here we're getting into the sweater era.
No.
Those of you with
sweaters.
Yeah, we're cleaning out the closet for Mom to move. That's where all these came from.
That's back when, that was back when he was doing real records right there.
All right, and you ready for this last one?
Richard Simmons, Reach.
I don't care what it is, just what the hell is this doing in my parents' house?
Wow.
Imagine, have you ever listened to that?
I don't think so.
Maybe that's
Can
how
you
he
imagine
got,
what would be on
got, like people to exercise during the day. And maybe it was really popular with the soccer mom type. It was like, hey, you know what? I'm stuck at home. I'm going to throw this record on, and I'm going to get some exercise while the kids are down for a nap or they're at school. Because remember, they didn't have the internet.
No.
Maybe that's what they did. They were like, hey, it's kind of like an exercise tape. Like, oh, hey, we're kind of doing our thing before they could just go buy a video exercise tape.
No, I mean, I know Mom watched them on TV. I just, along with Oprah, and I'd go do whatever else I could. But I never knew she had this. So,
It's terrifying and yet awesome.
yeah, I'm kind of scared.
All right, so I think I've gotten a little bit tighter on the shot of this thing. I feel like now it's actually kind of showing what it needs to show. So,
What do you got here for us?
So that's where I'm at.
I've still got Jake the Peg up on the screen. Let me get that off.
Basically,
Thank
that's
you.
Yes.
So probably need to check hand size. It looks like one hand is smaller than the other. I'll have to redraw that bottom hand a little bit more. Other than that, it doesn't seem too bad. Looks like I got an arm issue. So I just got to get the sketch in there, right?
Where's that gun supposed to be pointing? I mean, I know it's
doing this number. He's just doing this
He's
number.
just kind of doing that
Okay.
dynamic sort of, yeah. I know exactly what you're going for there.
You know,
yeah.
Did you guys ever
holding
see?
it more than holding it more than pointing it? Yeah.
yes, it's not pointing at anyone. It's
Did
not
you
about,
guys ever see my Expendables fan art?
no.
Yeah,
That's cool.
no one did. No one did. I did a whole video. I did a whole what are they called? Friggin', where you go through the process. You watch it. It's like a speed paint.
Oh, okay, yeah, a process video.
That's right. Yeah. I'll pull it up. I don't know if you want to watch the whole thing, but I thought it was pretty cool. No one really cared about it, but I thought it came out really well.
The way that it's getting with YouTube, now people are just going to do video streams of themselves from other streams so that they know that they can't. You can't bust me now, YouTube. Suck it.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. In college, I wrote a paper on antimatter, and at the time it was perfectly fine. And a second assignment came up in a different class, same semester, same time. And I realized that I could address the requirements didn't really overlap, but I could address the issues in both requirements just in discussion. So any sentence that was in there to fill for one was really necessary for the other. And I just turned the same paper in both classes. I did not know that is now, like afterwards, it was changed to what they call plagiarizing yourself.
Oh, for crap's sake.
Yeah, and they usually talk about it like you can't reuse a paper from a prior semester, so it's like I don't know, but what I did the work. I mean,
You're like, I was there when I wrote it. I know it was my idea. I was there when I wrote it. Wow.
Yeah, so this is, if anyone is hasn't seen much of my art or my process before, this is where I did like a full sketch and everything. I don't always do that in my comics. Sometimes I just kind of really loose sketch and go straight to the inks.
Yeah.
But this is me sketching out. You got Sly there on the left, just a demon, the devil, whatever on the right. Drawing guns. I don't draw guns. I actually had to research the exact gun that Sly uses in that movie.
Should have researched Sly Stallone's neck. That man is
I should have. Yeah, you're right.
the back portion of his head. Where did it go? Like, you literally just pictures on the back of his neck.
Where are the traps?
Sly Stallone is jacked.
Yeah, all
What is
right.
that
Well,
bump on the bottom of his arm? That is not how a muscle. What are you?
I don't draw muscles.
Does he
I
have
don't
two
draw
elbow
muscles, all
bones?
right?
What is that?
I don't know.
You
I
are
just
creeping me
draw. Well, look, it's coming later. Look. All right.
This is what we should be doing for a stream. We should just be doing a stream where we just make fun of each other's artwork. People would enjoy that.
Critiquing. Yeah. Look, I tried to draw one of Rob Arnold's characters, and she's really sinewy and muscly, and I just gave up. I just did her straight legs, no muscle, because it's definitely just not my thing.
Yeah, a lot of
I
Rob
just kind of throw them in there.
like Clayton Barton, and Clayton Barton, it's like what you want to do is you want to go through a bunch of Mark Silvestri comics, like before you try to do it. Well, after you've gone through a bunch of Mark Silvestri stuff, then you're going to be like, okay, cool, I'm sketching more Silvestri. Okay, I can do this. I can do this because Rob learned a lot from Silvestri, or not Rob, sorry, Clayton. Clayton's a great artist.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And so you just go, okay, who are his influences? I should go back and study them. And it kind of puts you in that headspace a little bit. And what happens is then you start to see how he breaks his stuff down more. It's kind of interesting. Like you'll actually see it like it's like, oh, okay, I see he was going through some Silvestri stuff with this. Or, oh, there's a little bit of Dale Keown in here. Like Clayton had great, he basically grew up with some of the best artists that have ever done comics and just learned from them. Cool stuff.
Yeah. This is the way I figure it.
That's not how you draw a muscle on the back of your. What?
I don't know. I was probably going off a reference. I did this ages ago. It's probably going off reference. You know, like when you reference something and you're like, you know, when you see something, a photo, right? And then you go, if I drew that, it would look wrong. That's probably exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, but if you're drawing it, then it can't do that, dude. That's not a tricep. Those are malignant tumors in his arm.
There's 100,000 artists who do amazing muscle stuff, and I'm just like, look, I got my own thing. I'll leave that to you guys. If I have to draw Sly, look, here we go. He'll have some weird lumps and bumps. All right, it's gonna happen.
Well, you do digital stuff, right? Like this time lapse of digital. So maybe I should hand this off to you. Maybe I should take a photo of this, like a software photo of this, and give you something that you then do, and then you hand it to somebody else that's like a color. So we could just have a stream where we're basically just bouncing a pic back and forth to different people and see what they do to create on it. That'd be kind of cool. And like watch it over a week, like over a week's time. It's a tumor. It's not a tumor. It's a tumor. I got a problem with my arm.
I don't know if you ever heard Sly and Arnie talk about those old days in the 80s and how they had a massive real rivalry. It's very funny.
But that was the thing. Everybody that was trying to get up there and be big had an issue with Arnold because Arnold was just overtaking the planet, man. He had a huge presence because of Conan, because of the fact that when he would go into a Mr. Universe, contest, he would just wreck people. Dude was a beast.
He was determined.
Yeah, competitor. Dude, Michael Jordan was the same way with basketball. Dude, Michael Jordan was that way with golf. He was that way with everything that he did. He was so determined that he would just ruin people's day. And if you said anything to mess with him or mess up his head, he needed it because he used it for fuel. So people would notoriously just not say anything. One coach sat there and ghosted him so much that was on the sidelines. Literally every time he came up to him, he would just turn away from him, wouldn't say anything, wouldn't give him anything, and it pissed him off even more. So then he just wrecked that coach's night. It's just like he was notorious for that. And that's how Sly was. Like Sly wasn't like trying to wreck people. He was just like, I'm going to compete. But Arnold was like, no, I'm going to make everyone else feel bad that they didn't win tonight. Dude was a beast.
Well, Wiggle liked it. He said that was sweet.
This whole PPE stuff that everybody's got to get masks and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So tonight he started working on one of those charities that did that specifically to buy PPE. Not kidding. He literally wrote the letter out. I just gave $1 million to this. I know not everybody can do something like that. Please back this. But he put his money where his mouth is. It's really refreshing to see somebody stand up like that in Hollywood. Just be like, this is the right thing. Go do it, and put the money in.
Cool.
Instead of, we're raising awareness. No. Oh, fuck awareness. Do something for humans. Like, make sure the humans are helping this because people are dying. It is real. I actually just found from my wife tonight that her great aunt just died from COVID-19. I just found that out 2 hours.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's like, what are you gonna do?
It's a bummer, isn't it? Mm.
Yeah, it sucks.
Onto more chipper topics. Alex is unsubbing because he didn't get any demon dick. You have to pay extra for the demon dick.
Trust me, he's got that demon dick.
You can go to. There are many sites where you can go and see that demon dick. Shit, I hope my daughter isn't watching still.
Oh. How old is your daughter?
8.
No, I don't.
8.
Oh,
I think. Hopefully, my wife turned it off earlier when it was getting a bit. Because we're just talking comics, and it's all fine.
well, we were showing Bill Cosby records. It could only go downhill from there. Hopefully,
That's
she
true. That's
decided
true. She turned it off at the Bill Cosby records and the what's his face, Rolf Harris stuff.
3 legs. Yeah. Why with the 3 legs? How did you guys not see that in Australia?
No, Alex, it's all good, man. It's all good.
All right, Michael. When I get your book, I'm going to send you a book back because I'll just use the return address. And I need the chat to vote, like, if this book is good or if I should find another one. This is not intended as an art book, but you need some models. You need some guides here. And I encourage people to help. I have a CSCS certification. All right. See, now, in there, you can see what triceps look like at this angle, at least. So we need to encourage you to exercise because it's healthy. That's just what I do. Just get you some good models. So,
yeah, all my characters are clothed, right? That's for a reason. You can fluff up the folds in the clothing pretty easily, and it doesn't really matter all that much. Although I've gotten a lot better at it.
Yeah, that is something I've noticed.
Dude, I just backed your book. Why are you telling me that? It's so upsetting.
That is something I noticed. Like, you do a really good job of all these little movements within clothing. Like, if someone turns, you get all those striations in the cloth and whatnot on sleeves and legs. I saw that in your art. But yeah. Yeah,
no, that shit annoys the hell out of me, all that stuff. So I probably spend too much time on that, like too focused on, because when someone does it right, when someone gets like the fold in the jeans right, all the different things like that, I'm really, oh yeah, that's really good stuff. But no, I freely admit I was never, beyond being a 13, 14-year-old drawing Spider-Man, I never pursued the whole, musculature and anatomy in a way that I probably should have. But
Genghis Khan has a request. Apparently he wants to learn how to do Kegels.
Yikes.
Where's that? I'm not seeing that one. Is that a new? That must be a new. Oh, here we go. All right. Yes.
All right. What can I find?
Yeah. That's what I need to focus on. These are the stuff I really need to learn.
Those are all going to be your adductors and hamstrings. So,
are you talking about the book, the anatomy book that you're up to Jesus?
The front cover looks weird. What did he say?
No, I think he's talking about the front cover of your book.
Oh,
yeah. Johnny Rando, you're so right. Spawn Cape influencer generation. Let me show you something.
Yeah, they're different color because that was just drawn because they're wrong hand. They're focusing on the anatomy here. His face doesn't matter. So. And I think I can find you a better book, but I'm sending you something so you have models.
So thinking of Johnny Rando's comment just there. This is me drawing as a 13-year-old.
Nice.
So yeah, a fair amount of Spawn reference going on there. And I even this is maybe who's this a bit more? Is this a bit more Jim Lee? I only drew the same pose. I couldn't draw hands, so I covered everything up. I didn't draw feet either. That's the Silver Star. Check that out.
All right.
And copied their little sign thing, the little signature thing. So that was me as a eager young 13-year-old. Before I had some family member. He asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? This was like when I was about 13 years old or something. And I said, I want to draw comic books. And he just laughed and said, no, but what do you really want to do? You got to get paid, yeah. And I was just like, oh. And I just kind of took that to heart and just gave up on it right then and there. and never really thought about it again, making a comic until I was in my 30s.
Yeah, now that it's such a really practical industry to get into, we're all going like, man, I want to make a comic book with this much later.
Well,
this seems like a good call.
At least you can, get the backers out there to back your projects to get the thing made. That's this is new. That's something that hasn't happened very easily before, unless you kind of you've been in the industry a long time. Jason Black, I'm sure he's improved since then. I have, and I've even improved since his first book. So I hope you guys I'm gonna make this book shine and sing. But I think with my line art, I've gotten a lot better in the second book as well. And I've got my eye on a guy called Jimmy Reyes, and he teaches some like inking techniques and stuff like that. And Reyes, you got it, yeah. I'm going to hopefully get even better on the third one. So yeah, just looking to get better and better. My method is on every page, I try and like draw something or try something that I haven't done before. So even if it's just drawing something I've never drawn in this style before.
By the way, working with Jimmy is awesome. He's a great dude. He's just fantastic to work with. Really, really talented. He inked a page for me this time last year, I think, and I just 8 months ago or something. And when I looked at him, just like it just kept staring at it, like, how is this so good? He's just so good. Yeah,
that's how I found out about him. I saw him on Twitter, and I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on here? He was showing some details.
And it's because he can make digital stuff feel like it's not digital.
Yeah, that's his whole shtick. That's how he sells himself. He's like, this, I bet you think this is traditional, but it's digital. And yeah, he's exactly right. This looks crazy. So yeah, I'm going to be checking out a bit more of his techniques and hopefully trying to bring them into a little bit of them into what I'm doing as well. Just, always trying to get better. Guys like the art now, but hopefully you're going to love the art by the end.
Well, there's one thing I love about that poster image in the book where it's lettered. If you want to flip to that.
Yep.
And I'm going to presume this was deliberate. There we go. So the first half there. So we start reading up at the top, and we got the second balloon there, and it draws your eye down till we see the window. And if we're just reading, we might miss her there. But if we see her there and we keep reading, then we end up across on the next page.
Yep.
Where we're drawn to her. So your lettering is I like the flow you give because it lets the art tell the story and walks us through how you want us to perceive the story.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, totally. So as you go down, exactly right. I'm pulling the eye in because the lettering is that's the highest contrast place on any panel and any page. So that's where the eye is going to be immediately drawn to, and plus with text as well, which is naturally drawn to there. So yeah, I'm kind of like nudging you to notice her in the reflection there, and a lot of people have pointed out that reflection, so she is getting noticed. And you're exactly right, because if you see the reflection, you're going to go looking for her in the panel.
I almost bought the cover. I was like, I think my wife will get mad about that.
Well, thank you for considering it anyway, man. That's awesome that you even considered it. But that's cool. Thanks, Samurai, for saying that. It's you got to think about these little things, don't you, when you're laying out the page and doing the lettering.
Mm-hmm.
That's just sort of stuff there's a lot to learn about lettering that you don't really you definitely don't know just by reading comics. There's sort of behind the scenes kind of the secrets and the rules and all that sort of stuff. And it's still still see people doing it wrong, or at least not doing it in an optimal way. And it can really just, I don't know, I don't like to get taken out of the story. I like if the lettering is all working as it needs to, you shouldn't kind of even notice it, if that makes any sense. It should just sort of be a organic experience.
Yes, absolutely. So you said now this you're going to work tomorrow, correct?
I'm back at work tomorrow, so this is my
Final one.
this is my last stream for a little while until sort of next weekend. I don't know if I'm working Fridays or not. I may be. It's all up to my boss. We had pulled me back to 4 days a week because of this virus thing. But we'll see after I get back. So I'm technically on holidays right now, so I haven't spoken to her in a while.
Okay. And I was wondering because you're when you go back to work, you're going to be spending more time drawing and not on stream, and hopefully more time with your family instead of astounding them with the things you say when you're on stream.
Freaking my daughter out.
What did Daddy just say? But no, I appreciate you sharing your time.
Yeah, because you brought her on the stream the other night. Like after the stream was over, I think you showed her. She was such a sweet little kid.
She's an angel.
Yeah, she is.
We are terrible.
Oh, I need to bring up our little chat. Your son likes Superman. That was the reminder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, where's the messages? Looking in a DM. It's here. Scroll up. I can't believe I made notes to self in a DM with you.
That's all right, man.
Where was
someone's got to be organized. It's in a tweet, isn't it?
Yes, it did. I found it. Okay,
let's just quickly go through them.
So your son likes Superman, and he's how old?
2.5.
2.5. I had
but he's always had Superman around him as well because they share the same name. So people just sort of kind of decided to give him Superman stuff.
Got it.
So he's just kind of as little toys.
Okay. Now there was a little girl once, and I think she was 5, and she was my German instructor's daughter. And at this point, we weren't speaking any English. Like after 3 weeks, we weren't speaking any English in the class, and that's just how you were going to learn it, which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I did 4 semesters. Crap happened in the 4th semester. I never got into passive voice, which you really need in order to read German, as I'm sure you're aware. So
yep.
So I never got the right verb endings for how to do passive voice and how to rearrange everything. But she came. The instructor was helping me. We got along great, and her daughter was being dropped off. We stepped into the hallway, and across the street in a different class was some guy who is 6'2" and built because he must have been on a team for something or other. And her daughter asks, "Who's that man?" And she's pointing at what could be both of us. So the mother asks, "Do you mean the man in black or the man in white?" And because I had a dark jacket and he had a white sweatshirt, and she says the man in white. So the little girl was instantly interested in the more manly man, if you would. The bigger guy. He's 4 inches taller than me, built out like I haven't been for a while. There's something aspirational there that we were talking about on yesterday's stream with having beautiful characters, whether they're male or female.
Yep.
And it pulls at the innate gut of things we should look up to or whatnot. Let's see. So there's one idea. The next idea, I kind of want to bring a few ideas.
Bianca, how you going, buddy? Thanks for stopping by.
Cool. A few ideas into this was Jordan Peterson's first book was Maps of Meaning, where if I could summarize what the lectures I've sat through has a lot to do with where old literature explores the human condition in a way where those stories almost play psychologist to explain how people function as you see in the story. And so that's why they're classic, is they stuck because they connect with things that we can't get away from because we're human. And so when we start putting those together, instead of just looking at DC comics as, well, Zeus is Superman or whatnot, those aspirational and other archetype things that Jung came up with, the describing the archetypes, those things are things that we as Comicsgate could use and bring forward that the mainstream comic industry has really abandoned. So the mainstream comic industry has lost its connection with literature, to be honest.
Yes.
Where if we want to attract customers with beautiful art and stories, those stories would really benefit if they resonate, on a deeper level. And so if Comicsgate really wants to take over, we can use classic things. Now, I'm not saying we have to repeat old Greek myths. That's not what I mean. Just have the same attitude.
Archetypes.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be formulaic. So that's Comicsgate taking over as sort of the what I'm driving at there.
From what I've seen, I haven't really read many of these SJW books. This is what I've seen, with Zach and anyone else who's out there, Tug, anyone else who's out there, even Bianca here. Bianca does videos on some of this pap that's out there. They've abandoned that whole thing. Not only have they abandoned it, they hate that stuff. They hate those archetypal figures. Because they view that as all patriarchal and white supremacist. And so they're they've kind of just abandoned it.
Thanks for telling me that everything I grew up on that you didn't have money taken, or you didn't have a problem taking my money for years on end, was evil and wrong.
Yeah. So they've, not only do they not make it, but they despise it. So they go in the other direction and they do this whole deconstruction thing, and they flip it all on their head, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't resonate. You're right. It just doesn't resonate with our understandings, because these archetypes, they're not just, they're not just characters. There's something that we, just as human beings, they're universal. We all understand them in a kind of really intimate way. So yeah, I think you're exactly right. If anyone really who can tap into that, that's cool, man. Who have you got in the background that's hard to make out?
Oh, if you can't tell yet, I'm not telling.
How close is it to being inked?
Well, that looks.
I'm actually start inking. I do rough like this, and then I just start inking. Because I already know.
It definitely looks like cuffs. And then you've got.
Yeah, I didn't throw in.
And then you've got knife in the back of it.
But yeah. And so
yeah, like.
I would add here, but
Horace says, like OG Star Wars did. Yeah, and even, new stuff like Harry Potter did it as well. It taps into this stuff and it becomes really popular. It's not a coincidence that all these stories that, and like you're saying, it's not that you have to adhere to, you just draw from these archetypes and these archetypal stories. They're successful because it resonates with people. And there's so many different ways you can tell these stories. There's really infinite ways. It doesn't ever have to get stale. It doesn't ever have to really, repeat itself exactly. Yeah, go on.
You can almost make some of your own things just by observation. I think one way I mentioned this once before was the idea of the harpies. Well, there's a reason that's a slur against people of a certain attitude. Usually women, but not always. Or we say you're harping on something. I think that might be etymologically related. A word root, like word history related. But those came from somewhere. We can start doing our own observation. It's not a rote exercise either.
Yeah. It's I think you're exactly right. I think if CG can fill that void, we have a huge advantage going forward.
Yeah.
What else did you have in your little list there?
That was actually all of it. Notes to self for next stream. Michael's son, German instructor's daughter, natural draw towards aspirational archetypes. Classic stories are classic for a reason and were written for a reason. Jordan Peterson. CG must provide this type of relatable, deep-rooted, instinctive connection in the writing and characters. Beautiful people for readers to latch onto. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it's not just all eye candy. I mean, the eye candy is part of it, but male or female, we do like looking at the beautiful people for a real reason.
How dare we enjoy the beautiful people like we're programmed?
I know, yeah. It's almost like youth and beauty, transitory states that exist for a short period of time, which makes them valuable.
Isn't
But,
that
yeah.
really bizarre that we're actually being demonized for looking at people that look awesome? Like you're going to tell me you don't look at a bunch of people that do CrossFit and go, wow, I am lazy. This is amazing. You know, like that's like, what's wrong with you? Why do you not enjoy people who are awesome at just like they go out of their way to be awesome? Like when I see a guy who goes on like Dave Goggins going on Joe Rogan and the guy does 100-mile runs, like he does 100-mile runs, like that's a normal thing. It's not a normal thing. That's not a beyond the pale, not even close to normal thing. That's let's take marathon runners and call them lazy thing. That's weird. He just what he does.
Well, also the beautiful people thing.
Somebody awesome. That means I'm broken. Something's wrong with me. If I can't look at him and go, whatever you're made of, dog, I am not made of that. You are awesome. If you can't do that,
aspirational.
If you can't genuinely cheer people on that make humanity better, you're broken. It's your fault. Fix your own crap. The rest of us, we're fine. If we look at Arnold Schwarzenegger dropping it in the 70s, and like if you ever watch those old 70s films of him doing like the Mr. Olympia competition stuff, you actually look at those next to those other guys who are all amazing, and then you look at Arnold, and you're like, what are you? At some point,
no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dang, dude, whatever you're doing the crap out of it, and congratulations, you're beating it.
That's sort of what I
people that are
wanted to say as well. The beautiful people on the outside, like say take Arnie for example. Not only was he perfectly sculpted and handsome on the outside, he was putting in all that extra effort. Kind of, if we want to say it like cliched, on the inside as well. He had more determination than anyone else. He had, he was like going the extra mile in everything in his life, not just physicality. And I think that's sort of what you see as well in characters. They are beautiful on the outside, but they're also there's something special about them on the inside, whether it's personality or how brave they are, their courage or their tenacity or something like that. That's what draws people to them. And these SJW characters, by contrast, not only are they ugly on the outside, but they're also ugly on the inside. They're petty, needlessly violent. So sometimes they're just out and out racist. So it is kind of, they have gone in the opposite direction.
One of my design clients he was a soldier for us after he moved to the United States, basically immigrated to the United States years ago, and but he was from Africa. He was from specifically. Oh, James Dean. I'm just trying to think of the country that he was from, because it wasn't Kenya, it wasn't Nigeria. And the country that it was from, like I didn't know anyone else from there, and I'm like, so kind of talk to me about it. And he's like, well, there are good things about it, there are bad things about it, but one thing about it that we don't have here is that like when I do healthy food, because he was doing like an herbal tea and he was doing stuff that was like very, very healthy. He's just like, what you guys go to Whole Foods and get, it's just crap. Like we wouldn't even sell that. He goes, in a lot of places in the world, we wouldn't even sell what you guys pass off as supposed to be healthy food in Whole Foods. It's ridiculous. And he was shocked by it, because he was like an Olympic athlete and then became a soldier. But the dude is just jacked, and he trains constantly and trains other people, like he's a trainer for other people, very health conscious, and he just can't figure out. To be honest, he can't figure out like why anybody would ever do what they do in Whole Foods to people and call it healthy food, let alone what we do in our normal stores or Taco Bell or places like that. He's like, dude, this isn't food, bro. What are you guys doing? Yeah, it's pretty bad. But when you see him, you're like, he's kind of Black Superman.
He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, right. He's showing it
off.
Yeah.
I'm into it. The dude's awesome. That guy makes me feel bad about myself. Like my wife loves that I hang out with guys like that, because for her, she's like, he's gonna get up and exercise.
It's gonna rub off on you.
Yeah, and to some degree it actually has, but it's a very, very small percentage. A very small percentage. You see these guys go, and you're just like, I am a slob. I am a lazy, pathetic slob.
You know, that food around the world thing. It's so true. When I get away, I do everything I can to avoid soy, because the whole match your blood type thing. In addition to GMOs, all the GMOs I can avoid, and I'm trying to be really careful what I eat. But when I used to go to Ukraine, for it was usually a 2-week trip, it was the travel and situation was the most unhealthy thing, because it's like between driving and flights, 24 hours to get to Odessa, and then on top of that, we'd have to go, drive out to wherever, and we were running church camps essentially in the winter, out in the farmland. You know, there was actually a camp that some South Koreans had built for for doing such things, and they ran summer camps there as well. But I always went in the winter, and so we'd get out there. Sleep is
from Uganda, but Uganda's kind of small. Like it's stuck between Kenya and South Sudan and the DRC. So it's like and Tanzania. Like Uganda's actually never big, but he's from Uganda, and everybody's like really nice. They're all really nice people.
Yeah. Okay, so in Ukraine, out in the farmland, my lifestyle was completely unhealthy because no exercise, no nothing, and yet just because of the change in food, and it was mostly potatoes, a bit starchy. You never wasted a leftover cabbage. My veins would come out of my arms, and I'd actually grow a lot during the maybe 10 days I was there, just eating farm food that was actually real food. It mattered. It was very strange.
All right, guys. I'm gonna leave it there if that's okay with you. I'm gonna go in and have some dinner. Like Samurai said, I'm back to work from tomorrow onwards, so I won't be streaming until next, say, like Friday or Saturday for you guys. Right. So hopefully, I'll be putting up some other videos. I've got a cool meme I'm working on, and just some other stuff. See whatever time I have. But thanks so much for hanging out, you guys. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
By the way, congrats on getting back to work, and hope things work out for you. I hope you guys stay safe.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, guys. All right, I will see you soon. And thanks, How the Chat. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by.
Did you check the tote board? Did you break 160? Did you get there?
I'm not. I did. I think. Here we go. God, I was trying to get to 150 yesterday. Now it's 160. That's crazy. Thanks so much to everyone who's backed this. That is so awesome. Maybe I'll get there later tonight. That's just. But look, I'm also really getting close to that. Everyone gets that little poster print. That's going to be amazing. It's really I love adding value to everyone's package. So that's going to be really cool. So yeah, How guys, thanks so much for stopping by. You're all really welcome. This has been my biggest show ever. Too bad it was because of this BS with the copyright strike. But it is what it is. I really hope Liam can still put on a show, even if it's on Ozart's channel. And I feel so bad about that now. It's not what I wanted to do at all. No. So thanks everyone, and I will see you again next week. All right, cheers, bye.
Cheers.
Adios.
See ya.